You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon.
Welcome to Bowie Baysox Baseball. It's time now for the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show.
It's the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show from Prince George's Stadium. We're getting set for the first in this 7-game series between the Binghamton Rumble Ponies and your Bowie Baysox. Glad you're with us. Matt Sabatis alongside Adam Pohl with you from the ballpark in Bowie. And boy, has it been a long stretch for the Baysox over the last couple of weeks. A 2-week road trip. They played 13 games in 13 days. Now they're wrapping up, getting onto the second half more specifically, of a 14-game in 13-day stretch. Took down the 7-game set with Harrisburg. Unfortunately, only took 2 of the 7 games, but now they'll try to get it back against the team that they did pick up a series win against all the way back in early April, the Binghamton Rumble Ponies. Let's get you set up for today's game as Binghamton comes in for game number 57 on the season, a 21-35 record on the year. A 1-game winning streak for the Ponies, but they're only 3-7 over their last 10. Binghamton is 11-16 when playing on the road. The Baysox are coming in for game number 57 on the season, on identical 21-35 record, but Bowie has lost 5 consecutive games. The last 3, Bowie has only put up 1 run total in each game, and the last 2 have been extra inning walk-off losses by an equal 2-1 final. The Baysox are 3-7 over their last 10 and 11-16 when playing in front of the home crowds here at Prince George's Stadium. Binghamton is 16.5 games out of first place in the Northeast Division, 6th overall in the 6-team division. Next closest team to them is a tie. Reading and Portland are each 14 games out, so Binghamton 2.5 games back from potentially leapfrogging directly into 4th place. But it's still a long ways to go before catching the surging Hartford Yardgoats, who have won 9 consecutive games and put themselves 2.5 games ahead of the pack in the Northeast Division. The Baysox are 11.5 games out of first place at the moment, 6th overall in the 6-team Southwest Division. Next closest team to them is Harrisburg. Of course, while Bowie has lost 5 consecutive, that means the Senators had won 5 consecutive games, so Bowie is still 4.5 games back from their next closest competitor. Richmond leads the pack in the Southwest Division. They're 33-24, 1 game ahead of the Akron Rubber Ducks and 2 games ahead of the Erie Seawolves. It's really coming down to the wire among those top 3 in the Southwest Division, while Altoona sits squarely in the middle, 5 games out in 4th place. No roster moves to mention for today's game from the Bowie side of things. Last thing brought up was Chris Given being signed out of the San Diego Padres organization after being released. He will be in the lineup today to make his organizational quote-unquote debut. He came in as a pinch runner and a defensive replacement in the extra innings on Sunday, but it's going to be his first start as an Orioles farmhand. The Ponies do have a couple of changes to note. Catcher Jose Colina has been put on the development list, and catcher Hayden Sanger has been transferred down from AAA Syracuse. He had a brief cup of coffee up there with the Syracuse Mets. He played in 32 games with the Ponies this season before making the jump up for just a couple of weeks. But looking at today's starting pitching matchup, we've got an interesting little battle between two new arms for both sides. David Griffin will get the start for Binghamton. He's 0-3 with a 6.75 ERA, but just 21 1/3 innings of work, 16 strikeouts, 10 walks, 4 home runs allowed, and opponents are hitting .308 against him. He's another big indie ball story in this Mets system. They've actually got a handful of those. Alec Casena, who will start later in this series, is another one of those. But Griffin came in and was just tearing apart high-A batters, and there was really no need to keep him in Brooklyn for too much longer. But finally, when he did make the jump up to Double-A, that's where he ran into some trouble. 15 earned runs in his first 14 1/3 innings of work. But now he's getting back into the swing of things. He had a strong start against the New Hampshire Fisher Cats. 5 innings, just 1 run allowed. But his stuff isn't too overpowering. He gets a decent mix of strikes, decent mix of ground balls and fly balls. It's almost split down the middle. I think it's a 60-40 mix of fly balls to ground balls, so nothing that's too leaned hard one way to the other. It's just a simple go out there and pitch kind of day for David Griffin. Bowie, though, may be able to tag him for a few. Those 4 home runs in 21 1/3 innings of work could be a fun number to increase for the Baysox. Chris Valamont will start for Bowie, his second start as an Orioles farmhand. His first one was, of course, brief. It was his first time pitching against live opponents in about 3.5 weeks since being claimed off of waivers from the Twins organization. So the test today will absolutely be working among this more hitter-friendly ballpark because he made his organizational debut in Harrisburg. While not a super pitcher-friendly ballpark, say not like Richmond or maybe Altoona, it does still have some deep outfields, and that's not really the same case here at Prince George's Stadium, especially how hard it cuts into the corners. The last 2 weeks, Bowie was playing in outfields that dip at their closest to about 325 feet away from home plate, while Prince George's Stadium is as close as 309 feet. So it will be interesting to see how Valamont might work with that. He pitched well with just those 3 innings, and I had a good conversation the other day with Maverick Handley that Handley was really impressed with his changeup and how quickly he was able to locate it and just blend with his new battery mate. And what really caught me off guard, Adam, is that when speaking with Handley, he told me that outing in Harrisburg was the first time they'd actually tossed together. Didn't happen in any live batting practice, didn't happen in any bullpen sessions, but they picked it up, they ran with it, and they played well. Hopefully they can do it again today.
Well, yeah, no doubt about it. Obviously, it is a new look, and as Oriole fans and Baysox fans, you get used to the prospects, right? The main names that you're following and hoping are going to go on to be big names in Baltimore. There is only one player on the current Orioles 40-man roster that is on this Baysox roster, and it is this right-hander in Valamont. So that makes him a guy that if he gets off to a really, really good start here in Bowie, you never know, he could be in the bigs very quickly.
Yeah, and it looked like he had the stuff to maybe get it done. Now that he's getting a little more comfortable, maybe it gets even a little more better. It's the first game of this 7-game series, so of course that means we have our weekly chat with the skipper Kyle Moore. He's going to stop by and give us his thoughts on what Valamont might bring to the table. The pitching staff as a whole has actually been pretty darn good the last couple of days. Bowie did not allow an earned run over all of Saturday's game and only allowed the 1 earned run over the 11 innings on Sunday. So some thoughts out of that, and then some thoughts on Joey Ortiz, Cesar Prieto, Maverick Handley, and the likes of the offense. So we chat with the skipper next. You're listening to the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show and Baysox Baseball.
Everyone deserves a great smile, and Rad Orthodontics is here to help you, Bowie Baysox fans. Rad Orthodontics accepts most insurance, and whether it's braces or Invisalign aligners, anyone can get the smile they've always wanted with our flexible payment options. With 2 of the country's leading orthodontists right here in the DC area, we love to see Baysox fans smile with confidence. So get that amazing smile you deserve. Visit radsmile.com today and book your free consult. That's radsmile.com for Rad Orthodontics, official smile provider of the Bowie Baysox.
It's a very special day at Prince George's Stadium on Saturday, June 18th that you don't want to miss. The Roberto Clemente and Latin Baseball Celebration sponsored by Chesapeake Employers Insurance. Fans that get to the game will have a chance to bid on game-worn Baysox jerseys, with all proceeds going to benefit the Clemente Foundation. Again, don't miss out on your chance to own a piece of Baysox history on Saturday, June 18th with the Roberto Clemente and Latin Baseball Celebration, and you can get your tickets now at baysox.com.
From sprains to stitches, sore throats to stomach aches, and pulled muscles to poison ivy, care is around the corner at Patient First. Walk in to see a doctor from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day of the year. X-rays, lab tests, and prescription drugs are on site, and most major insurance plans are accepted. For routine illnesses and injuries, Patient First is here for you. Patient First, the name fits.
Patient First, proud partner of the Bowie Baysox, open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day.
We're back in on the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show, sitting down for our weekly chat with the skipper Kyle Moore. Obviously, a busy couple of weeks. The 13-game road trip, the 14 games in 13 days that at this point we're only coming up on the halfway point of what have just been your overall takeaways from the past couple of weeks, what have been, in essence, the busiest portion of the season.
Yeah, no, for sure. Anytime you go on a 12 game, which we ended up playing 13 games, and on one road trip, it just seems like a lot. You know, it's a long time to be away from home, and it's a long time to be away from just your normal routine. So I think the guys handled it well as far as the practice and the work went, as far as the development and preparation. Didn't quite get the results we wanted, especially not in Harrisburg. But, you know, we played some really close ball games, and I feel like we're just right there in every ball game. You know, it's just it's going to be home. It's going to be home where we get some early work on the field. We get our own cage times. We get everything sort of more controllable as opposed to just being out on the road for 2 weeks, you know.
Talking about some of the results, you obviously the way the final score looked may be counterintuitive, but the pitching staff definitely put together some really good performances those last 2 days. So didn't allow a single earned run on Saturday, and then took it scoreless through 9+ in Sunday's game. What were some of your key takeaways from those last 2 days, especially on the starting role? Zach Peak was excellent on Sunday.
No doubt, Peaker threw the ball outstanding on Sunday. I mean, that was a real bright spot in the whole series. So pitching for sure. I mean, we had thrown up a lot of zeros, which at times this year we hadn't been able to string together just a lot of scoreless innings like we had this last weekend. So I mean, that's promising. And just from a roster standpoint, we've had a lot of turnover. You're seeing a lot of new faces in here, a lot of new guys playing a lot of different positions. So we're trying to get some guys used to that role. And in the midst of it, yeah, the pitchers threw the ball great, especially at Harrisburg. So you gotta love that. And you know, we got Binghamton coming in here this week, and we like the pitchers to continue to throw the ball great. Valamont threw the ball great his first time out for us, and we really liked what we saw out of him. So we're gonna have him again tonight, and hopefully, you know, we'll continue that trend of scoreless innings.
Did want to preview Valamont a little bit. Was there just a soft limit in some capacity for his organizational debut last week because he hadn't thrown in about 3.5 weeks before being claimed off the waivers?
Yeah, for sure. We had a little live BP set up for him in Altoona, so he did throw somewhat of something that's more intense than just a bullpen. You know, obviously being placed on waivers and then claimed, and then everything that he had went through, we just felt like it was fair to him to get him multiple bullpen sessions and a couple of lives. So we got all that done, and then yeah, I mean he was limited because of that. You know, he hasn't thrown a ball in a game in, you know, whatever it was, 2 or 3 weeks. May 14th, I think, was his last day. So really liked how he responded to everything. New organization, new team. He had traveled all over the country from Wichita, Kansas, all the way to in here, and then to just sort of immerse himself in a new culture and a new team and everything else. I thought he pitched great. I was really, really happy with how he threw the ball. And so we'd like for him to just get comfy here and do that and continue to develop himself. And, you know, maybe we can do that for him.
One guy I do want to highlight on the pitching staff out of the bullpen the last couple of days, Connor Loprich put together an excellent series against Harrisburg. Has there been any change in his approach, anything new that he's been doing? What's been the key to his success right now?
Yeah, you know, I think all year Lope's been throwing the ball pretty good as far as his pitches have been grading out really good. So I think he's given up some unlucky breaks and some balls that have fallen in that probably wouldn't fall in other parks because of our park's a tough park to pitch in. Yeah. And so I think a whole mix of a lot of things. I just think Lope has continued to work and continued to develop and continued to throw the right pitches. And he just happened to get great results to match the stuff that was kind of coming out the first couple of weeks. So really happy for Lope and happy that, he continued to throw those hard sliders and cutters and things that he's been throwing that really have success, things that are saying he should be having success, and now it's actually finally showed up in the results.
How about Joey Ortiz finally starting to get settled in now, in essence, as the full-time shortstop? Do you think that's been just a big weight off of his shoulders and off of your shoulders? I know we talked about how it's a little bit easier setting the lineup, too, now that you don't have to load manage at shortstop every single game.
No doubt. I mean, we're asking Joey. We're asking a lot of Joey. He's going to be hitting the top of the lineup now, playing shortstop every day, and he can definitely handle it because I think he's that talented. I'm happy for the development of Joey because I think he's going to play shortstop 5 times a week now, which is really good for a shortstop. I mean, it's one of the toughest positions on the field, and I think you need to play it that many times a week in order to get good at it. So happy about that. And then Joey probably swung the bat better than he swung it all year in Harrisburg. I mean, competitive at bats every at bat, whether he got down 0-2 and then took the count to 3-2 and then had foul balls and then hit rockets. I think he hit like 7 balls right at someone that were around about 100 miles an hour. So I loved it. I loved his at-bats, and I think he's in a really good spot for his development. There's no better place for Joey Ortiz than right here where he's at right now.
Talking about great plate appearances and putting good contact on the ball, Cesar Prieto, he had a handful of fun plate appearances. I think he ran into a lot of tough luck, grounded out to the first baseman on what was it, 3 consecutive PAs on Saturday, something like that. But then he rallied out for that 13-pitch plate appearance in the 10th that just was incredible to end up in drawing the walk. What's been his approach like? Because he obviously came in and he stepped in business as usual after what was such a great start to the season in High A Aberdeen. What's been the next kind of step for him?
I think the next step for him is just to understand that at this level, guys can throw a changeup in any count, and everybody knows it. It's no secret, and he's sort of struggled with that a little bit, but I think he's responded really well to, number one, taking the changeups that aren't strikes and making good swing decisions, and number two, he's starting to get some barrel on that changeup. He's starting to understand that when it is elevated, he can still get a good swing off, and he can play with the whole field instead of just the right side of the field or just the left side of the field. And, when he figures that out, he's going to be a really good hitter because I really like the competitiveness of his at-bats. To have his first Double-A at-bats in his life, I think he's been a real competitor, and he's been at the top of the lineup, so it ain't like we're really hiding him. Yeah. I think teams know about him and who he is, so really been happy with how he competes, especially in that 13-pitch at-bat where he ended up drawing the walk. I mean, that's what he is. He's just the ultimate competitor. So I think the more he sees those change-ups and the more he sees those backwards counts so that people are throwing 50-50 balls in, I think you'll just see him continue to develop.
Again, here with manager Kyle Moore as we get ready for Bowie and Binghamton, first of a 7-game series. I asked this just about of everyone we chatted with last week, and since we spoke before the series, didn't get the chance to ask you, how'd you like the Mayflies?
Oh, my goodness, man. Those things are tough to play in. I don't know how those guys are going to do it. Hey, when we played that 17:05 game, I mean, the 6:05s and the 6s and the 15:30 weren't so bad because the sun was out. But when the sun goes down there, I mean, there must have been a million bugs. Like, both pitchers were disrupted by it. The position players it's hard to hit. It's almost like hitting in the rain. Yeah. I mean, it's like hitting in the rain, except for the water doesn't run off. It's a bug that's like flapping on your cheek. So, like, man, I tell you what, hats off to the players for playing in that. But I don't really know if there's a solution to that. I just know that, my goodness, that's like playing in a swamp.
I think they just started putting up with it at this point. That's why one of their alternate identities is the Harrisburg Mayflies. So, because I remember seeing something that had gotten posted on social media, I think from your wife's perspective, that it was just a mess for the family out there. But speaking of, how did you enjoy the off day? Finally back home to spend with the wife and kids there.
Yeah, no, we had a good one. It's finally back home and finally hot enough to go to the pool. So we took the girls out to the pool, and they just absolutely wore themselves out and played all morning long in the pool with just globs and globs of sunscreen on, and then we ended up going inside, getting some lunch, and then taking long naps, much needed long naps after a long hot day at the pool. So gotta love this mid-Atlantic hot, humid weather. It feels like home.
Well, let's look for a nice hot day and a nice big win today, Coach. Thank you so much for the time.
Yeah, thank you.
That's Kyle Moore here on the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show. We'll step aside. Be back in a bit. You're listening to Baysox Baseball. Yeah, those things do not.
Fielder's Choice Flex Packs with the Bowie Baysox. The best value to see the best games at Prince George's Stadium. You could save up to 30% on your selected seat from day one and enjoy a number of exclusive member benefits, including flexible exchange options, discounts on suite rentals, special access to the Diamond View restaurant, and a free members collectible at your first home game of the year. Get your pack now by calling 301-464-4865 or heading online to baysox.com.
At DCA Imaging Systems, we provide a tenured team of office technology professionals ready to be your trusted advisors. From document creation, output devices, scanning and workflow, to document security and storage, we understand people print, not printers. Give DCA Imaging a call, 301-577-1021, or find out more about how we can help you. DCAimaging.com. DCA Imaging Systems, office technology made easy.
It's time for Bowie Baysox Baseball. The Baysox are the AA affiliate of the Baltimore Orioles. Coverage of the 2022 Bowie Baysox season is brought to you by Chesapeake Employers Insurance, DCA Imaging Systems, On the Green, Patient First, Royal Farms, Smile Doctors, and ZY Pyrotechnics. And now, live from the ballpark, it's time for Bowie Baysox Baseball.
We're ready to go from Prince George's Stadium. It's game one of this 7-game series between the Bowie Baysox and the Binghamton Rumble Ponies. Matt Sabatas alongside Adam Pohl with you from the ballpark in Bowie, and as Chris Valamon warms on the mound for the Baysox, starting lineup for the Rumble Ponies that he'll face looks like this. Leading off at second base, you've got Wyatt Young, followed by Francisco Alvarez, the catcher, batting second. Brett Beatty at third base bats third. Ronnie Mauricio, the shortstop, fourth. Carlos Cortez in left field bats fifth. Jeremy Vasquez at first base sixth. Hayden Sanger, the DH, bats seventh. Quinn Brody, the center fielder, eighth. And Zach Ashford is in right field, batting ninth. The Rumble Ponies are the AA affiliate of the New York Mets. They're managed by Reed Brignac, assisted by Jerome Williams, Tommy Joseph, and Mariano Duncan. Vanessa Wybosh and Christina Gambino are the athletic trainers. Binghamton is 21-35 on the season, a one-game winning streak, and 3-7 over their last 10. Once more, that lineup for the Ponies, you've got Young, Alvarez, Beatty, Mauricio, Cortez, Vasquez, Sanger, Brody, Ashford, all to face off against Chris Valamont on the mound. Prince George's Stadium, 309 feet down the line to both left and right field, 405 feet to straightaway center. Just a bit of shade pushing on to the left field corner, but the rest of the field basked in sunlight right now on a beautiful day here at Prince George's Stadium. Left-hander Wyatt Young into the box now as Valamont comes set at the chin, out of the wind, steps back, kicks high, and fires the first pitch home. It's low. A fastball gets us started at 6:36 p.m. on a 72-degree, partly cloudy day here at Prince George's Stadium. It was mostly cloudy up until about a few minutes ago. Next pitch, swung on and missed. Went with a breaking ball down and just a bit inside on Young, and the count evens at a ball and a strike. 218 average for Young, 547 OPS in 26 games played, 4 doubles, a triple, no homers, 6 runs batted in. Valamont kicks and fires the 1-1 pitch to the left-hander, and it's checked on, called for strike 2 on the lower outside corner, and the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes now. Plenty of left-handers coming up against Chris Valamont today. That's going to be his biggest test. There's only 2 true right-handers in the starting 9 for Binghamton. The 1-2 lofted up the third base line. This one falling quickly. Running on it is Chris Given, but it gets down in foul territory. Given will slowly trot back toward his left field positioning and wait for another 1-2 pitch. We'll tell you about the defensive lineman in just a minute for Bowie, but Chris Given, making his second appearance in left, came in as a defensive replacement in the tail end of Sunday's extra inning loss. He was initially a pinch runner in the 11th inning before appearing in left field in the bottom of the 11th, but this is his first taste of a new ballpark. A ball and 2 strikes still on Young as Valamon kicks and fires the next. It's a breaking ball, just half swung and poked over toward third. Backhanded by Cesar Prieto, but thrown to first high. Off of the backside of the dugout, it rolls back into play, holding the runner at first, but that's going to be a single, it sounds like, as Cesar Prieto did give a good run at it. Fortunately, Young doesn't advance anywhere. He just picks up the hit. He does extend his hit streak to 3 consecutive games, however. And it seems like a carbon copy to Chris Valamont's earlier start, a lengthy plate appearance, leading to an early base runner. We'll talk about his first start as an Orioles farmhand in a little bit, but he faces with a dangerous hitter early now. Francisco Alvarez, right-handed hitting catcher. First pitch, Alvarez crushes it out to left field. Givens running back to the corner, and it is foul. Oh, buddy, that was close. Hooked it just a little bit too much, but that's an early taste of the power that Francisco Alvarez can give you. It was only 301 feet off of the bat. How do you like that? Looked like it probably got out. But it starts it out at 0-1 on Alvarez, the top overall prospect in the Mets organization, according to MLB Pipeline. A .275 average this season, but an .897 OPS in 50 games played. That's thanks to 14 doubles and 13 home runs. He's driven in 33. Runner at first, nobody out in the top of the first, the 0-1. Alvarez watches breaking ball miss down and away, and the count goes even at a ball and a strike. Beautiful day here at Prince George's Stadium. First game back for Bowie since the end of May, and remember, it's June 14th. Very lengthy road trip that the Baysox were glad to finally see come to a conclusion. The 1-1 pitch, Alvarez watches curveball, and a beautiful one, called for strike on the bottom edge. Count goes to a ball and 2 strikes now. Bowie went 5-8 on the road trip. It was a 13-game affair, 6 games in Altoona, 7 games in Harrisburg. Runner goes. The 1-2 pitch is lined over towards short, picked on one bounce by Joey Ortiz. He can't go to second because of the hit and run, but he gets it to first easily, retiring Alvarez 6-3. Runner now at second base, but 1 away in the top of the first. Let's tell you about that defensive alignment for Bowie. From left to right in the outfield, you've got Chris Given, followed by Zach Watson and A.J. Graffinino. Cesar Prieto is at third base. Joey Ortiz is at short. Greg Cullen at second. Andrew Dashbach at first, and Maverick Handley catches behind the plate for Chris Valamont on the mound. Left-hander Brett Beatty digs into the box now. Runner at second, 1 away. They put the shift on for Beatty. Valamont sets out of the stretch, first base side of the rubber, and fires the first pitch home. It's a nice hanging curve, called for strike in the lower outside corner. Count opens up at 0-1. Beatty a .274 average this season, an .809 OPS in 45 games played, 12 doubles, 5 homers, 15 runs batted in. Hit the ball well against Bowie when these two teams met for 5 games back in early April. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Beatty watches changeup miss up and away, and the count goes even at a ball and a strike. Chris Valamont today, a 6'5", 220-pound, 25-year-old right-hander, claimed off of waivers from the Minnesota Twins just about a month ago. Native of Erie, Pennsylvania. Fires the 1-1 pitch into Beatty, and it's a breaking ball, popped up, in on the hands, out towards shallow left field. Given running in, but it just touches down foul. That was another close one. Given had to run in a long way, and it only fell in front of him by about 5-10 feet. Runs the count to a ball and 2 strikes on Beatty. But another well-placed curveball that Beatty just was a little bit late on. But Valamont on the season with Bowie is without a record and a dead-even 3 ERA. That's 1 earned run in 3 innings. His only start with the Baysox was last week. Opened up the doubleheader against Harrisburg on Wednesday. Gave up an early run, but pitched flawlessly after that. 1-2 the count on Beatty. Runner at second, 1 away. The pitch misses just down. Went with a breaking ball. And the count goes even at 2 balls and 2 strikes on Beatty. He walked the first batter of the game in that Harrisburg start, did Valamont, then gave up an infield single to push the runner to third base. The runner scored on a ground out, and then he faced the minimum the rest of the way. The 2-2, broken bat, knuckler, back to the mound. Valamont scoops, runs it to first and underhands. Wyatt Young instinctively just ran right back to second base, even though Valamont paid him no mind. Young probably could have gone to third base if he felt like it, but Beatty is retired 1-3, and that's 2 outs. Your umpiring crew for today's game, Michael Snover is the crew chief. He's over at third base. Ray Valero is at first base, and Evan Johnson calls the balls and strikes behind home plate. Here's Ronnie Mauricio, only switch hitter in the lineup for Binghamton today. Of course, he bats lefty, and the first pitch home is a curveball, just nicked foul into the mid of the catcher. Count opens up at 0-1. But again, it's a lefty-heavy lineup. Only Francisco Alvarez and Hayden Sanger are the only true right-handers in this lineup. So 7 batters batting left-handed against Valamont today. Here's the 0-1 to Mauricio. Breaking ball misses down, and the count goes even at a ball and a strike. Ronnie Mauricio, a .249 average this season, a .747 OPS in 51 games for the Ponies. 14 doubles, a triple, 9 homers, 36 runs batted in. Here's the 1-1. Breaking ball cut on and missed down, and the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. Bowie will need to be careful today and this series when it comes to working some of those breaking pitches. Right now, Valamont is playing well, especially getting low in the zone. But if you don't get them too low, this is a Binghamton team that can really tag you. They have 10 more home runs than Bowie does this season. Here's the 1-2. Misses down. Runs the count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Runner at second, 2 away here in the top of the first inning, a scoreless game. Bowie trying to break out of a 5-game losing streak at the moment. But a big opportunity to do so against a team that they took 3 of 5 from back in early April. Here's the 2-2 to Mauricio. Late swing, poked over to the right side, backhanded at first by Dashbach. He underhands the pitcher covering, and Valamont gets there. A 1-3 putout, followed by a 3-1 putout, and the inning is over. Leadoff single left stranded at second, and as we go to the bottom of the first, it's Binghamton 0, Bowie coming on up. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
At Luminous Health, we want you to feel your best. This summer, take the time to catch up on your annual health screenings. Visit us at our Anne Arundel Medical Center, Doctors Community Medical Center, or one of our primary care offices in your neighborhood. At Luminous Health, you are the MVP. Learn more at luminoushealth.org.
When your commercial plumbing project calls for a job done safely and on time, then your job calls for the plumbers of Local 5 Washington, D.C. Local 5 will always deliver the most skilled and well-trained plumbing craftsmen in the DMV. If you're a contractor who needs safe jobs done well, you need the plumbers of Local 5 Washington, D.C. Start your partnership with them today. Visit local5plumbers.org. That's local5plumbers.org.
Well, Chris Valamont had no issue keeping the Binghamton Rumble Ponies off of the board in the top of the first inning, so now the Bowie Baysox will try to take the lead here in the home half of the first. Matt Sabat is with you on a gorgeous day here at Prince George's Stadium, and as David Griffin warms on the mound for Binghamton, the starting lineup for the Baysox that he'll face looks like this. Leading off at shortstop, you've got Joey Ortiz, followed by Hudson Haskin, the DH, batting second. Cesar Prieto at third base bats third, Maverick Hanley, the catcher, fourth. Greg Cullen at second base bats fifth, Andrew Dashbach at first base sixth. Chris Given in left field today bats seventh, Zach Watson in center field eighth, and A.J. Graffinino is in right field batting ninth. Baysox are the AA affiliate of the Baltimore Orioles. They're managed by Kyle Moore, assisted by Brandon Becker, Josh Conway, Tim DeJohn, and Billy Facto. Chandler Geller is the strength and conditioning coach, Calvin Johnson the video coordinator, Lindsey Birchfield and Blake Wooten are the athletic trainers. Bowie is 21-35 on the season, a 5-game losing streak, and once more that lineup for the Baysox, you've got Ortiz, Haskin, Prieto, Hanley, Cullen, Dashbach, Given, Watson, Graffinino, all to face off against right-hander David Griffin on the mound. First pitch home, Ortiz watches a fastball called for strike on the bottom edge of the zone. It's 0-1. Joey Ortiz, a .212 average this season, .634 OPS. He watches the next pitch miss just wide. That one, maybe a slider. Count goes even at a ball and a strike. Very quick moving slider there for David Griffin. 49 games played for Ortiz this season. As the next pitch comes in again, it's the same slider and still just misses wide. He's got that quick rhythm. It's going to be tough for me to catch up. 12 doubles, 2 triples, 3 homers for Ortiz. 27 runs batted in this season. His first game leading off as the 2-1 pitch hits the bottom edge of the zone for a called strike. It runs even at 2. First game this season for Ortiz to lead off, but he does actually hit the ball a tad bit better when he's leading off an inning. The 2-2 punched over to the right side and eaten up by Jeremy Vasquez at first. He takes it through the baseline to the bag himself. A 3 unassisted putout gets us started here in the bottom of the frame. Defensive alignment for Binghamton in today's game. From left to right in the outfield, you've got Carlos Cortez, then Quinn Brody and Zach Ashford. Brett Beatty is at third base. Ronnie Mauricio is at shortstop. Wyatt Young at second base. Jeremy Vasquez at first. And Francisco Alvarez catches behind the plate for David Griffin on the mound. Here's Hudson Haskin. First pitch home. Huddy watches pitch up and away. Start the count out at 1-0. First game back for Hudson since leaving after 3 plate appearances a week ago today. Did not play in the remaining 6 games of the Harrisburg series. Day-to-day with what all we were told was tightness. Next pitch called a strike on a low fastball, and the count goes even at a ball and a strike. But he was always raring to go. Got in the cage on Sunday, was in the cage today, and now he's back in as he bounces this one to third. Backhanded up the line by Brett Beatty, thrown across the diamond, and picked up in foul territory on a bounce by Jeremy Vasquez. Excellent range while keeping his foot on the bag at first base for Vasquez. Of course, a little bit of an offline throw from Beatty, but to pick it on that kind of run up the line, that's an outstanding play. 5-3 the putout goes, and in steps Cesar Prieto. Baysox in their alternate orange uniforms with the black Bowie on the front side. White pants, black cap. As the first pitch home to the left-hander, Prieto misses high for a ball. It's 1-0. Binghamton in their all-blue road uniforms, the word ponies on the front, gray pants, navy blue cap. Here's the 1-0 to Prieto. Misses just down. A fastball runs the count to 2-0. 239 average for Prieto this season with Bowie, a 623 OPS in 17 games played. 3 doubles, a homer, 4 runs batted in. 2-0. Grounded hard to the right side and through for a base hit. Well struck at 102 miles an hour. No chance for Jeremy Vasquez at first to pick it up. So Prieto is aboard with his first hit of the day. First base hit for, well, any Baysox player with 2 outs in the bottom of the first. You get where I'm going with it. And Prieto keeps the inning alive for Maverick Handley. He's got hits in 3 consecutive games now as Handley steps in. Righty on righty. First pitch. Handley watches fastball miss a little bit, I suppose, on the lower outside corner. Looked like it probably hit. But the count opens up at 1-0. I just instantly assumed by reading off the track man that should have been a strike. So I instantly called it a strike on the scorecard there. The 1-0. That one called a strike, an easy pitch on the upper outside corner. So now the count evens at 1-1. Runner at first, 2 away in the bottom of the first. A scoreless game. Prieto takes off. Pitch is up and away, and the transfer mishandled by Francisco Alvarez. Prieto into second easily with his first stolen base on his first attempt this season for the Baysox. Alvarez has had a tough time catching potential base stealers. He's only nabbed 13 of now 41 total attempts. Runs the count to 2-1 on Handley. Now with runner in scoring position, still 2 outs. Next pitch. Called a strike on a fastball, hits the upper outside corner, and the count goes even at 2. Greg Cullen in the on-deck circle for Bowie. He's got hits in 4 of his last 5 games. Warming up here in his second stint with the Baysox. Would love to see him bat this inning. The 2-2. Misses high. Fastball runs the count full on Handley. First full count for either pitcher today. Opponent's already hitting 3 for 7 against Griffin on full counts. He's walked 6, only struck out 2. The payoff to Handley. Slapped foul up the first base line, and that one will touch down on the berm in front of the lighthouse. Count holds. It was a mildly lengthy first inning for Chris Valamon in 19 pitches. Griffin trying to stay around that range and face the exact same number of batters. They put a small shift on, very slight for the right-hander Handley. He could still punch it through the gap. The 3-2, he hits it over the gap out toward left field, but Carlos Cortez is there. Left fielder makes the catch after only stepping in about 2 feet. So the inning is over. A 2-out single and a stolen base comes up empty for Bowie, and we're on to the second. A scoreless game here at Prince George's Stadium. You're listening to Baysox Baseball. That's right, it's Dynamite Night at Prince George's Stadium on Friday, July 15th. Meet legendary actor and comedian Jimmy J.J. Walker, star of the 1970s hit Good Times, with a special VIP meet and greet package available. That's Friday, July 15th for Dynamite Night with Jimmy J.J. Walker at Prince George's Stadium. So head to Baysox.com right now to get your tickets and learn more.
Baseball is a game of specialists. Base stealers, closers, cleanup hitters. Together, they help their team stand out from the rest. Specialists also help set Chesapeake Employers Insurance apart from other workers' compensation insurance companies. Our health services team includes orthopedic surgeons, nurse case managers, a physical therapist, and more, all to get your employee back to work, contain costs, and keep premiums down. That's teamwork. To learn more, connect with your agent or visit Chesapeake Employers at CEIWC.com.
If you own or operate a building or facility, or if you're a general contractor that is located or operates in the D.C. area, there is no doubt that it is important for you to have the best trained and most qualified people working for you. Members of Steamfitters UA Local 602 provide the highest level of HVAC, mechanical, and specialty piping services to the various customers we serve. For more information about the services we provide and for a list of companies you can hire, please visit steamfitters-602.org.
Second inning here at Prince George's Stadium as Bowie and Binghamton are still scoreless. Each side getting a single, each side stranding a runner at second base in the first. Chris Valamont back to work, needed 19 pitches in his scoreless frame. He faces 5, 6, and 7 in the Binghamton lineup to start, opening with left-hander Carlos Cortez. First pitch home to Cortez. Left-hander watches called strike and a fastball upper outside corner. It's 0-1. 217 average this season for him. A 616 OPS, just 18 games played so far. 3 doubles, no triples, a homer. 9 runs batted in. Here's the 0-1. Called a strike again. There's that curveball from Valamont that's playing well early, and the count already 0-2. Well, I gotta say, one of the biggest consequences from the adjusted schedule that's taken place over the past 2 years in minor league baseball, it's catching me today. The 0-2 pitch. In there for strike 3. Punched a fastball on the outside edge, and Cortez just watched all 3 of them sail on by. First strikeout for Chris Valamont today. He's retired 4 in a row since giving up that leadoff infield single to Wyatt Young. So the thing that's tripping me up a lot of times, you play 7 consecutive games against the Harrisburg Senators, and this is going to happen to me again next week when Bowie makes the trip up to Erie. I keep catching myself from saying Harrisburg and Senators when trying to describe the team that Bowie is currently playing. Here's Jeremy Vasquez. Left-hander watches first pitch miss inside. 94-mile-an-hour fastball for ball 1. It's 1-0. You get used to saying Harrisburg and Senators for 6 days and 7 straight games, but you gotta get out of that habit quickly. Here's the 1-0 to Vasquez. Lined over towards second. Picked on one bounce by Greg Cullen. He gathers himself, double clutches, and has plenty of time still to fire to first. 2 away on a 4-3 putout. Very efficient start here in the second inning for Chris Valamont. 5 pitches, 2 outs, and now Hayden Sanger back. Sanger just added the roster earlier today. He's hitting .238 this seaseason with Binghamton, 712 OPS in 32 games played, 7 doubles, a triple, 2 homers, 8 runs batted in. He's back down from AAA. First pitch. Called a strike. Look to be the changeup on the bottom edge, and the count opens up at 0-1. Base is empty, 2 away here in the top of the second inning. A scoreless game at Prince George's Stadium in Bowie. Valamont steps back, kicks high, fires the 0-1, and it's a breaking ball bounced over toward short. Backhanded on a knee by Joey Ortiz and sent on a dime to first. A little high for Andrew Dashbach, but he's got the height to pull it down. 6-3 putout and an efficient frame from Chris Valamont. 7 pitches for the right-hander. On to the bottom of the second. Bowie and Binghamton are scoreless. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Get the best deals at Prince George's Stadium with weekly promotions all season. Tuesdays are Military Appreciation Night. Purchase a box seat at the ticket office with a proof of service, and you'll only pay half price. Bring along your furry friend on Woof Wednesday, and it's the best happy hour around every Thursday from 5 to 6:30. $2 Bud and Bud Light drafts with other beer specials throughout the year, and live music to get your night started. It's always a great time at the ballpark, so get your tickets now at Baysox.com.
On the Green Incorporated is your lawn care team, providing professional, organic-based lawn care programs for residential and commercial lawns. Our lawn care programs provide ballpark quality results. Each service is custom tailored with guaranteed results for even the toughest lawns. On the Green also offers outdoor pest control services. Mosquitoes, ants, ticks, and more. Safely and effectively control insects and enjoy the outdoors this summer with On the Green Incorporated. Go to onthegreeninc.com.
Sky Shooter Displays by ZY Pyrotechnics will be lighting up the sky with top-of-the-line fireworks shows following Baysox games all season long. We will give you the best bang for your buck. Sky Shooter Displays include traditional shows, true pyro musicals, custom choreographed plays, and much more. The night sky is truly limitless, so don't be shy. Give ZY a try. Find out more by calling us at 570-328-1361 or visit us online, zypyrotechnics.com.
Bottom of the second inning here at Prince George's Stadium, a scoreless game between Bowie and Binghamton. David Griffin back to work, needed 18 pitches for his scoreless first. Faces off against 5, 6, and 7 in the Bowie lineup to start. Left-hander Greg Cullen opens. First pitch is a fastball up and away to Greg, and the count starts out at 1-0. 10th game this season with Bowie for the left-hander, 214 average with a 681 OPS, and he slaps this next pitch foul left side. Count goes even at a ball and a strike. After Cullen, it'll be Andrew Dashbach and then Chris Given. It'll be Given's first plate appearance wearing an Orioles organizational uniform. As the 1-1 comes in, it's outside. Good frame attempt by Francisco Alvarez, but still away, and the count goes to 2-1. Cullen's got hits in 4 of his last 5 games for the Baysox. They do have a bit of a shift on for him, and he pulls it about 43% of the time. 2-1, though, is skied foul behind home plate to run the count even at 2. We'll do it once more. Lights have come on here at Prince George's Stadium, but they're not carrying any of the load just yet, just warming them up. Still a very bright, beautiful, sunny day that really didn't look much like this at all until about 45 minutes, an hour ago. I'm not going to complain. The 2-2. This one a hard liner out toward right center field and down for a base hit. Toward the gap, Cullen will try for 2. Nope, he stops there. Takes a hard round, probably got about a third of the way up the line before turning around and going back to first. But he's fine with a single. He's got hits in back-to-back games now in 5 of his last 6. Baysox have the leadoff batter on base for the first time today. Yeah, that's one of the big differences between Prince George's Stadium and the last couple of ballparks that Bowie has played in. You hit it in that vicinity, just even close enough in the gap when you're at F&B Field in Harrisburg, as the first pitch to Andrew Dashbach misses up and away for a ball. It's 1-0. Or at PNG Field over in Altoona. Imagine how many times I got those two names mixed up over the 12-game or the 13-game road trip. You hit it in that gap at those ballparks, and you can almost always pull a double out. Here's the 1-0. Misses down a ball. It's 2-0.
Right, slightly bigger ballpark, and therefore, your outfielders play a little bit deeper, and it can allow you to leg out a double on a ball hit like that.
But Bowie's fine with the leadoff base runner. That's what matters as the 2-0 comes in, and Dashbach slaps it in the same spot. This one carrying a little further as it's down for a base hit, rolls all the way to the wall. Cullen goes first to third as he waved home. He is. Here comes the throw. It's held up. No one's covering second, so Dashbach stops there easily with an RBI 2-bagger. It's his 3rd double of the season and gives Bowie the 1-0 lead.
And one of the other aspects of this ballpark is this is a Bermuda grass ballpark. So the ball really rolls over that grass unimpeded. And a ball like that might die in the outfield grass elsewhere cuts through and goes all the way to the wall. Big piece of hitting there for Dashbach, who's starting to get it going here.
22nd RBI on the season for the right-hander. And it's a good jump back into the rhythm for Bowie. It took them until the 10th inning in Sunday's game to finally get a run across. Of course, both teams took until the 10th inning to score. Here's Chris Given. First pitch home to the right-hander is called a strike on a fastball. Count opens up at 0-1. All that fastball from David Griffin, it has a lot of run to it. I've been mistaking it, I think, for the slider early on, but it's definitely just a good, well-moving fastball. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Given takes a half swing at it. Came in low, so they appeal. He didn't go around, says the first base umpire. So the count evens at a ball and a strike. Again, Given in his first plate appearance right now as an Orioles farmhand. Signed as a minor league free agent just a couple of days ago after spending his career with the Padres organization, and he laces one up the third baseline here, and it hits off the wall. Dashbach's going to score as Given heads into second base. He stops there with back-to-back RBI doubles. Welcome to the Orioles, big fella. It's 2-0 Bowie. So already a crooked number here on 3 hits for Bowie. Given now has 10 RBI across his time with AA San Antonio, and now Bowie this season, as Zach Watson will step in to take the reins.
Yeah, what a great start there. And of course, David Griffin, the starter here, has only worked through 5 innings in one of his starts prior here at the AA level, albeit it was his last time out. But he has had some trouble here early in outings quite often this year.
He got roughed up plenty in his first few starts with Binghamton, 15 earned runs in 14 1/3 innings. The starting rotation for the Ponies has really been their biggest trouble spot. For Bowie, it's been their bullpen. For Binghamton, it's the rotation. First pitch to Zach Watson nearly clips him. Inside, a bit toward the shoulder, and the count starts out at 1-0. Binghamton's starting rotation, or just starting pitchers as a whole, more specifically, has an ERA north of 5. It's 5.04, and the only team in the league that is north of 5. 1-0 to Watson. Breaking ball called a strike on the upper outside corner. Count evens at a ball and a strike. 172 average for Watson this season, a 541 OPS in 37 games played. 4 doubles, 2 triples, 2 homers, 7 runs batted in. Runner at second, still nobody out here in the bottom of the second as Bowie has taken the 2-0 lead. 1-1, lofted out toward left field. Backing up on it now a little bit, Cortez. He crosses into the shade and makes the catch over the shoulder toward the warning track. That gave Chris Given just enough time to tag up from second and sprint to third. So a productive out for Zach Watson. It was a good throw from Carlos Cortez. He actually did make it relatively close, but having to pull it in with his back to the infield lost him those precious milliseconds to try and get the runner.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Cortez caught that ball kind of gliding backwards, and therefore the runner at second, usually unable to get to third on a fly ball to left, but he's able to do so here. Great job by Given, and now Binghamton has to bring the infield in here with a runner at third and 1 down.
Well, this is what Bowie has usually done, and it happened in the 11th inning on Sunday's game, and it burned them. A single up the middle lost the game. First pitch to the left-hander, A.J. Graffinino, is called a strike on a breaking ball inside. Count opens up at 0-1. 188 average for Graffinino this season with Bowie, a 400 OPS in 11 games. No extra base hits yet. He does have 2 runs driven in as the 1-0. A flinch on a breaking ball away, and the count goes even at a ball and a strike. A single and 2 doubles to open the inning for Bowie. Zach Watson flew out to left field to advance Chris Given from second to third after the second double. And now A.J. Graffinino just get it out of the infield, and it'll give Bowie a 3-0 lead, the 2-0. Misses away again, and the count goes to, it says 3-0. It should be 2-1. I gotta say, though, Francisco Alvarez, these early goings, he's got a really good framing ability as the 2-1 misses away, runs the count to 3 balls and a strike. Very fluid, doesn't have a bit of a staccato motion where after he gloves it, he moves it to try and frame it. It's all in one fluid, just motion. Here's the 3-1, and it's driven out toward right center. Shallow-ish, should be deep enough. Quinn Brody makes the catch, Given tags. The throw is coming in, and it's online. The tag is in time. Oh, that was a good one. Is a little bit high. Francisco Alvarez sniped it out of the air and sprinted that tag down to get Chris Given. And the outfield assist goes 8-2, and the inning is over on the double play. Second outfield assist this season for Quinn Brody, but Bowie still gets 2 on the board. After 2 full here at Prince George's Stadium, it's Bowie 2, Binghamton nothing. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Get your gear and memorabilia from your favorite Baysox players and future stars of the Baltimore Orioles at the Tackle Box Team Store. Jerseys, hats, autographed bats and balls, all at great prices. Located right at the main gate at Prince George's Stadium and online at BaysoxShop.com, the Tackle Box is the only place to get the best Baysox gear for you and your favorite fan. It's the Tackle Box at Prince George's Stadium and at BaysoxShop.com.
It takes time to get rich, flavorful coffee beans from the lush mountain regions of Colombia and Brazil to Royal Farms. but less than a minute to get yourself a delicious hot cup of the finest and freshest coffee in the world. Because Royal Farms' new Swiss-made coffee machines grind those rich, flavorful coffee beans and brew them one magnificent cup at a time. It's why Royal Farms makes the freshest and best coffee in the world. Real fresh, real fast. Royal Farms.
At DCA Imaging Systems, we provide a tenured team of office technology professionals ready to be your trusted advisors. From document creation, output devices, scanning and workflow, to document security and storage, we understand people print, not printers. Give DCA Imaging a call, 301-577-1021, or find out more about how we can help you. DCAimaging.com. DCA Imaging Systems, office technology made easy.
Back to Prince George's Stadium here in Bowie as the Baysox lead Binghamton 2-0. Chris Valamont back to work for his third inning, and we hand it off to Adam.
Well, thank you so much. Here's left-handed batting Quinn Brody, the 8-hole hitter, as Valamont into the wind, and he delivers, and a fastball beats him with it. A swing and a miss for strike one. A 2-0 Bowie lead here in this top of the third. 8, 9, and 1 in the Binghamton order as Valamont winds and delivers. And this offering a fastball at 93 miles an hour is under the knees. And the count evens here at a ball and a strike. Valamont grew up going to games in this Eastern League. He throws. And a swing and a miss on a pitch near the inside part of the plate. And at this point, Bowie and also Binghamton are really two of the longest tenured teams and franchises in this Eastern League. The 1-2 coming, and a little cutter is just off the inside, maybe a bit in. A fastball that had some run to it at 94, and the count is 2-2. Binghamton first played in this league in 1992, and of course Bowie debuted a year later. As here's the pitch, and a fastball up and away, and the count runs full 3-2 to Brody, leading off this third inning. But Valamont grew up going to games in his hometown of Erie, Pennsylvania. He's got the sign. The young right-hander winds and throws. And it's just off the outside. A fastball ball four. A first walk issued today by the Bowie right-hander. And now the right fielder, Zach Ashford, will stand in.
Right fielder, number 9, Zach Ashford.
Now, not only is Valamont from Erie, Pennsylvania, but he actually stayed home to play collegiate baseball. There is no D1 school in Erie, but there are two Division II universities, Gannon University, and then also where Valamont went, as a breaking ball cuts over the plate for strike one. A very good Division II baseball program at Mercyhurst. He played there, worked his way into being a draftable ball player out of the Division II ranks. And now in his third organization, as a breaking ball cut out and missed, and the count 0-2 here to Ashford. That was another breaking ball that would have been a called strike. And Ashford swung right over the top of it. A runner at first, nobody out, 2-0 Bowie, top of the third. Valamont set to the belt, and he turns and looks back the runner in Brody with a throw over. Ashford on the year here in his 41st game. He's a .227 hitter. He's got 2 homers, and on-base percentage of .317. The pitch, and it's hit sharply and pulled foul on a line knee-high outside of first, and the count remains 0-2. This is a Binghamton lineup absolutely loaded with left-handed hitters. They've only got 2 right-handed hitters coming into today's play. Hayden Singer, though, has joined the club, as now the 2-strike pitch coming. Valamont throws, runner goes, breaking ball cut and missed. Or was it cut or no? A foul tip into the mid. It was dropped by Hanley, but it's ruled by the home plate umpire here in Evan Johnson that Hanley had caught the ball and he dropped it in the transfer from glove to hand in trying to make a throw down to second to get Brody. So either it's a foul ball and the runner returns to first and there's 2 strikes, or it is a strikeout and Brody's into second. And Matt, they've ruled the strikeout.
But doesn't it still count as a foul ball? Shouldn't he still go back to first base?
It's a good question, but
they're letting him stay at second, so.
With it ruled to be caught, he's into second, and now Wyatt Young, top of the order, in for the left side batting. And here's the pitch. And he swings through that beautiful changeup, and the count is 0-1. So Valimont, previously in the Miami Marlins system and then in the Twins organization, neither of those teams have a affiliate in this league. As there's a lifted foul out of play left side, and the count is 0-2. So if we don't have any rainouts here this week, Valimont could pitch again on Sunday here at home, and then his next start after that would be his first at really his hometown ballpark in Erie. The 0-2 coming, and it's a breaking ball cutting down low for ball 1. Valimont did start the year at the AA level, and he struggled. He's got a 9 ERA in his 8 outings, including his 1 here with Bowie. That was in Harrisburg about a week ago. Coming into tonight. But once again, it's such an enormous opportunity here for this right-hander. As the count 1-2, here's the pitch. And a change up and away, a check swing, but Young did not go. And the count 2-2. And just think about it, Logan Gillespie was a reliever here in Bowie to start the year on the 40-man roster, and he's already in the bigs. And Valimont, the only Baysox currently on the 40-man. As a changeup softly lined, caught to the backhand side by Dashbach. Quickly back to second, Brody. Dashbach had the inclination to throw behind the runner at second, but the catch made on the soft liner. It was 68 miles an hour off the bat. And now this dangerous right-handed hitting Francisco Alvarez will come to the plate. Alvarez last year hit 24 homers, 22 at High 8 Brooklyn, and he's already got 13 this year. Here's the pitch, and he swings and lifts a high fly, shallow right field. Graffinito's coming in, and on the run, Graffinito will make the catch, and with it, the inning is over. So how about Valimont tonight? He's worked through the leadoff man, reaching twice, and we now head to the bottom of the third. 2-0, Bowie leads on the Baysox Baseball Network.
Pest Now is proud to partner with the Bowie Baysox and provide their pest control services. For all your residential and commercial pest control needs, call Pest Now. For general pest control, termite control, mosquito control, and all other pest control services, call Pest Now. You can reach us at 301-231-8300 or visit us online at www.pestnow.com.
Most people don't know what a steam fitter is. More importantly, what we do and how much it impacts you. Just take a moment to think about what your world would look like if you didn't have the ability to generate electricity, to have heating or air conditioning, microchip production, internet service, web-based storage, cellular service, and frozen or refrigerated produce. Could you imagine? And these are just some of the things that we impact. Please visit steamfitters-602.org and let's talk about how we can bring value to you.
There's plenty going on at Prince George's Stadium on Saturday, July 30th. It's the Island Luau Night at the ballpark as the Baysox battle the Altoona Curve. Live music from the islands, inspirational dance performances, and more. But that's not all. It's also Maryland's worst car show. Do you own a clunker, a piece of junk on wheels? Well, here's your chance to show it off. Again, that's all on Saturday, July 30th. So head to Baysox.com to purchase tickets and find out more about registering for Maryland's worst car show. Hope to see you there.
great to be with you here tonight as we now head to the bottom of the third inning. It is a 2-0 Bowie lead. And the top of the order will now face this veteran right-hander, David Griffin. Came out of Indy Ball, signed actually with the New York Mets 1 year ago tomorrow. He was signed June 15th of last year. As Griffin will face Ortiz, Haskin, and Prieto. Line to the pitch, and it's off speed and a line foul back to the screen. As Ortiz was a little bit out ahead of that one, and the count 0-1. Joey Ortiz played, of course, in just 35 games a year ago due to injury. Pitch, and he takes under the knees an off-speed pitch. A change up in the count 1-1. It's great to see that today Ortiz, less than halfway through the year, is playing in his 50th game of the year as he takes a fastball away, and the count is 2-1. That's a really, really big 50 games. This is only the 57th game for the Baysox. As there's a strike on the outer half, and the count is 2 balls and 2 strikes to Ortiz, who did not swing in the first 4 pitches he saw his first time up. He's taken 1 cut here, the 2-2. And he reaches and chops one to the right side. Charging at first, Vasquez gloving. He'll turn and beat Ortiz to the bag to get the out. And a second time that Joey grounds out to first today. 1 retired, and here is Haskin. And Haskin got robbed his first time up by one of the top prospects in the Mets organization, the Binghamton third baseman here, Brett Beatty. They made an outstanding play, backhanding a sharp roller near the bag, and then from foul ground throwing him out. Pitch, and he takes a fastball up and in, ball 1. Haskin had that incredible first weekend of the year against Richmond. Bowie then went to Binghamton next as a breaking ball lifted in the air to left center. It's Brody to his right on the run, the center fielder to make the catch. And there's 2 down. And boy, Haskin, in the second game of the series in Binghamton, got hit by a pitch his first time up, and he missed about a week. He was absolutely on fire. You would have loved to see Hudson be able to kind of ride that hot streak out. Here's Prieto now, and the first pitch is under the knees, and the count is 1 ball and no strikes. 2-0 Bowie leading bottom of the third. 2 outs, nobody on the pitch. And there's a ball softly flared behind short. Mauricio going back, and it falls beyond him. A soft base hit. Prieto's second of the night. And he's on with 2 down. Well, Mauricio, the shortstop, looked like a wide receiver running a fade pattern, and he just ran out of room. He was trying to catch it on the full sprint, running out back to the infield, over his shoulder, but he could not get to it. And now Maverick Hanley bats, runner at first, 2 down in this third. Here's the pitch, and he swings and lifts a foul fly out of play right side into the seats, and the count 0-1. Now, how about Hanley? Had 3 hits in April, but he hit 320 in May, and now here halfway through June, he's hitting 353 in June. An incredible offensive rise. Pitch, and he swings and chops one near the bag at third, just foul. And the count is 0-2. Hanley, who hit right around 200 in his start to pro ball in short season Aberdeen in 2019, and then hit close to 200 in high A Aberdeen a year ago. This has got to be the best offensive stretch of his career as he takes an elevated fastball just above the belt. Yeah, they count 1-2. David Griffin working from the stretch. 25-year-old right-hander throws, and it's just off the outside with a fastball, and the count is 2-2. Griffin is trying to get that strike zone extended a little bit off the corner, and many times with that heater, he has been missing, but not by much. As he delivers, and it cuts off the outside, ball 3. It is tough to put away these Baysox hitters. You can get to 2 strikes, but you just can't get them to chase as often as other ball clubs. And Hanley showing an example of that. From 0-2 to 3-2 the count here. And now Prieto will run with a pitch. Vasquez standing behind him. As there he goes, the pitch. And reaching, it's fouled on a line straight back out of play. And the count remains full, 3-2. On deck, the left-handed batting, Greg Cullen, who started the big 2-run rally with his line drive single to right center in the second. Prieto runs again, and it's too tall for ball 4. Well, Alvarez tried to bring that down into the zone, but they did not get the call. And Hanley with an outstanding 2-out walk. And this will give another patient hitter in Cullen a chance here. Now, Matt Sabata spoke to this earlier tonight. Is Cullen's 10th game of the year with Bowie. It's his 25th game of the year overall. He is now for a first time playing in double-digit games with one team. He's really bounced around this year. As here's the pitch, and he takes a cutting slider strike right over the heart of the plate, and the count is 0-1. Cullen, who's hitting .241 with Bowie, he's got a .388 on base percentage in his career as he tried to check his swing, but he could not. They appealed, but Michael Snover, the third base umpire, said he did go too far, and the count is 0-2. Usually the average on base percentage is around .320 or .330, so .388 is outstanding as he swings and lines one sharply, but it is foul. Just out in front of that 2-strike slider and pulling it outside first, and the count stays at 0-2. 2-0 Bowie leads. Prieto with a flared single to left with 2 down, and now it's second as Hanley, who was down 0-2 in the count, ended up battling all the way back to work a walk here. Griffin is set, and now he throws. And a foul tip right to the plate. In fact, it went right through the legs of our home plate umpire, Evan Johnson. And it stays 0-2. Cullen injured in his Bowie debut a year ago, ended up having an outstanding Arizona Fall League. That has had a little bit of injury creep in here early on in this 2022 as well. But again, today's 25th game played of the year. Pitch, and he swings and lifts a fly, shallow right center. Backman now in into his left, Brody to make the catch. And with it, the inning, it is over. So the Baysox threaten, but they do not score. They leave 2 men on. We head to the 4th, 2-0 Bowie over Binghamton on the Baysox Baseball Network.
Baseball is a game of specialists. Base stealers, closers, cleanup hitters. Together, they help their team stand out from the rest. Specialists also help set Chesapeake Employers Insurance apart from other workers' compensation insurance companies. Our health services team includes orthopedic surgeons, nurse case managers, a physical therapist, and more, all to get your employee back to work, contain costs, and keep premiums down. That's teamwork. To learn more, connect with your agent or visit Chesapeake Employers at CEIWC.com.
On the Green Incorporated is your lawn care team, providing professional, organic-based lawn care programs for residential and commercial lawns. Our lawn care programs provide ballpark quality results. Each service is custom-tailored with guaranteed results for even the toughest lawns. On the Green also offers outdoor pest control services. Mosquitoes, ants, ticks, and more. Safely and effectively control insects and enjoy the outdoors this summer with On the Green Incorporated. Go to onthegreeninc.com.
The best way to take in a Baysox game is with a group outing at Prince George's Stadium. Everything from entertaining clients to birthday parties and even fundraising opportunities for your team, the Baysox offer plenty of options for your group at unbeatable rates with plenty of options on suites, seats, and decks around the ballpark. Your group can eat their fill and have an unforgettable time. Find out more and schedule your group outing by calling 301-464-4880 or going to Baysox.com.
the Baysox have a 2-0 lead. We now head to the fourth inning. And Brett Beatty is going to lead things off. Left-handed hitting third baseman. 4 straight batters will bat from the left side. The next 4 against Valamont, the right-hander here. Now Beatty grounded back to the pitcher his first time up. As Valamont into the wind, he delivers. And a breaking ball strike to get ahead. And the count is 0-1. Valamont is really showing the ability to throw 3 pitches for strikes, no matter what the count here. As he throws, and a fastball lined and down into right field. It was a heater a bit away, and he kind of got out and hooked it to right. And Beatty with a soft line drive single to right. He's the third leadoff man to reach in 4 innings here against Valamont. And now the shortstop, Ronnie Mauricio, will come to the plate. Nobody else, though, has reached against the Bowie right-hander today. He went 3 innings his last time out, allowing a run in Harrisburg. And now working into the 4th. As here's the pitch. And it's cued off the end of the bat weakly, like a snake in the grass, cutting across. Prieto throwing it in time. What a nice play. Prieto, as the ball really darted away from him, it took a spinning bounce more towards the shortstop Ortiz. But Prieto, cutting just straight across the infield grass, was able to scoop it up and throw out Mauricio. Beatty's up to second. 1 down, and now Carlos Cortez will come to the plate. 2-0 Bowie. Runner at second, 1 down in this top of the 4th. Cortez struck out his first time up. As Valamont throws, and a breaking ball hit in the air to left. Given is going back, still back nearing the track. He'll make the catch on the back pedal, and Beatty retreats to second. 2 down quickly in the 4th. And now the veteran Jeremy Vasquez, who is in his 6th season in the Mets organization and his 3rd here with Binghamton. He'll step to the plate.
First baseman, Jeremy Vasquez.
Vasquez, a .237 hitter with 3 homers and 22 driven in coming into tonight. 3rd on the club in RBIs. Once again, 2-0 Bowie leads. Here's the pitch. And it is in there under the belt on the outside. Looked like a change-up, and the count 0-1. Infield back, shortstop Ortiz shading a bit up the middle here. A beautiful night for baseball. Pitch, and a fastball pops the mid off the outside, and the count evens at 1-1. First time Valamont pitches here in his new home. And the first time given, the left fielder plays here in Bowie as well. Pitch, and it breaks down low. A curveball, and the count 2 balls and a strike. Set of the belt is Valamont, and he throws. And it's another changeup, and it's just a little bit low. Maybe a bit away, and 3-1 the count. On deck, the designated hitter, Hayden Singer, who came back to Binghamton just today from AAA Syracuse. The pitch, swinging a liner to left. Given is backpedaling a bit, and he'll make a chest-high catch on a line drive to end the inning. Though it hung up for the Bowie left fielder, and again, a leadoff base runner, and nothing more for Binghamton. On to the bottom of the 4th we go. 2-0 Bowie on the Baysox Baseball Network.
At DCA Imaging Systems, we provide a tenured team of office technology professionals ready to be your trusted advisors. From document creation, output devices, scanning and workflow, to document security and storage, we understand people print, not printers. Give DCA Imaging a call, 301-577-1021, or find out more about how we can help you. DCAimaging.com. DCA Imaging Systems, office technology made easy.
Make sure you've got your Jedi cloaks ready on Saturday, July 16th for Star Wars Saturday at Prince George's Stadium. Meet dozens of Star Wars characters out at the ballpark, take part in interactive exhibits and lightsaber battles, and you can bid on specialty game-worn jerseys by the Baysox players at the game. It's all sponsored by Taco Bell, and it comes your way on Saturday, July 16th. So get your tickets now for Star Wars Saturday at the ballpark by heading to Baysox.com.
Sky Shooter Displays by ZY Pyrotechnics will be lighting up the sky with top-of-the-line fireworks shows following Baysox games all season long. We will give you the best bang for your buck. Sky Shooter Displays include traditional shows, true pyro musicals, custom choreographed plays, and much more. The night sky is truly limitless, so don't be shy. Give ZY a try. Find out more by calling us at 570-328-1361 or visit us online, zypyrotechnics.com.
Back with you. My name is Adam Pohl. Bottom of the fourth inning. It's 2-0. The Baysox lead it. And here is Andrew Dashbach now to lead things off. Dashbach, one of 3 Oriole draftees in 2019 out of Stanford. And Dashbach grew up right around the Stanford campus. It was really a dream come true to be a big piece of the Cardinal for him. And he is celebrating their 2022 run to the College World Series, I'm sure, as there's a breaking ball that stays up high, ball 1. Of course, Dashbach and Maverick Hanley for the Baysox are former Stanford players, as there's a strike at the knees. Binghamton's got 2 of them as well. So we are loaded with Stanford ball players in the ballpark tonight as Griffin throws. Now there's a chop ball towards the second baseman. A high second hop for Young the glove. And he throws out Dashbach and 1 retired. And now the former Xavier, or I said that wrong, Xavier product. I'd be in big trouble if you say Xavier. The former Xavier product, Chris Given, will stand in. My broadcast partner, Paul Fritzner, a year ago was a Xavier product. As here's the pitch, and it's up and in ball 1. Matt McLaughlin, who heads up our sponsorship department and does such an outstanding job here in Bowie as well. So I kind of did that on purpose for them. Here's the 1-0. And there's a fastball just off the outside. Ball 2. Of course, for Stanford, a Stanford product, formerly of Bowie last year, made his Major League debut last night. As a fastball very close, but called a ball maybe a bit low, 3-0 to Given. And, of course, that was Kyle Stowers, who had such a remarkable year with the Baysox a season ago. Second-round pick of the Orioles in the supplemental portion of that 2019 draft. And Stowers really struggled in his first year as swinging away 3 balls, no strikes. Given hits one on the ground foul straight back to the backstop. Had to think about his travails in 2020 in the lost year, and then came back and really was the story of the Orioles minor league system offensively last year. As a swing and a high lifted fly near the line and left, Cortez is over, long run still coming and crossing into foul ground. He makes the catch, and Given retired, 2 down in the 4th. And now Zach Watson to the plate. Stowers went all the way from High A Aberdeen to Triple A Norfolk last year. You know, the Baysox were really the most dynamic offensive team in this Eastern League that last year called the Double A Northeast League last season. And Stowers was the most dominant hitter Bowie had in totality over the course of the year. And what a power stretch he had in the middle of the season in Bowie. Pitch and a breaking ball cut and a miss, big cut from Zach Watson. And the count is 0-1. And albeit in a game that was out of hand, he drove home the lone Orioles run last night, did Stowers. As the next offering is off the outside, and the count 1-1, and he drove home his former Baysox teammate in doing so in Adley Rutschman. The 1-1. And there's a strike on the outer half of the plate with a fastball, and the count 1-2. Stowers lacing an opposite field double in Toronto last night. And here's the pitch. And a lifted foul out of play right side. He went after him with a fastball. The Baysox have a 2-0 lead. Nobody on, 2 down, bottom of the 4th inning. Griffin into the wide, and he throws. And a breaking ball hit sharply on the ground, but backhanding at third Beatty, and with plenty of time, he throws across the diamond to retire Watson, and Bowie goes down in order. On to the 5th inning we go, 2-0. Bowie in front on the Baysox Baseball Network.
Hey, coffee lovers. Know where you'll find the world's freshest cup of coffee? Right here at Royal Farms. Because with our new brewing system, it takes less than a minute to go from selecting the kind of coffee you want to this. The freshest, most flavorful cup of coffee you can buy is at Royal Farms. So try one. It'll be love at first sip. Because it's the freshest coffee in the world. Real fresh, real fast, Royal Farms.
Hey kids, the Baysox Futures Club is the best way to be a fan of the Baysox, and it's completely free for kids ages 3 through 12. Futures Club members get access to special members-only events, discount ticket offers, and free gifts for just signing up. Parents, head over to Baysox.com to sign up your kids, so don't miss out on all the promotions and giveaways at Prince George's Stadium this season and next. The Baysox Futures Club. Sign up now at Baysox.com.
If you're working in the Washington, D.C. metropolitan area as a pipe fitter, pipe welder, or HVAC service technician, and you're interested in a better life, a better means to provide for yourself and your family, a way to make sure that you're earning the highest wages and the best benefits in our industry, visit our website at steamfitters-602.org. That's steamfitters-602.org. And let's talk about what we can do to help change your life.
It's 2-0 Bowie. We head to the top of the 5th, and my goodness, I can't believe my eyes, Matt. It's a right-handed hitter. With the call, here's Matt Sabatis.
Yeah, there's only so many of those. They're a rarity around these parts. Hayden Sanger will lead it off for Binghamton as Bowie leads 2-0. Chris Valamont back to work and fires the first pitch home to the right-hander. It misses just down and in on a break. Count opens up at 1-0. 7, 8, and 9 with Sanger, then Quinn Brody and Zach Ashford, the batters set. Sanger grounded out to shortstop his first time up, as Valamont is trying to set himself up in line for a win, but Sanger drills this one way out to deep left field. Given backing up on it, still backing, but he looks to have it squared in front of the warning track. He brings it down. Good barrel on that one, but just stayed in, and that's one out to start the 5th inning.
Center fielder, Quinn Brody.
So now on to Quinn Brody. Well, how about Chris Valamont today? Such efficiency, dancing around individual base runners here and there. All 3 base runners that Binghamton has gotten have each gotten to second base, but Valamont has left them all stranded. Not a single one has pushed to third. But here's Quinn Brody. He walked and stole second base in the 3rd. That led off the inning. Here's the first pitch. It's checked on, a high fastball, and the count starts out at 1-0. Of course, Valamont still working back into the rhythm and getting that strength back up. He looks like he's good now as the 1-0 is popped up out towards shallow right. Cullen at second base calls for it and makes the catch probably about 10, 20 feet into the outfield grass. So the most that Valamont had thrown in a single game this season was up in the high 80s. This was back in late April when he was still pitching with the Twins organization, of course, with Double-A Wichita. He went 3 1/3 innings and had to eat it for a little bit as he got tagged for 6 runs and 9 hits, but still struck out 5 on a season's high 88 pitches. So once he's back to full strength, and I imagine with the way that this one has been going, he's, if not there already, close enough. As the first pitch to Zach Ashford missed barely up and away, looked to be not by much, but the count starts out at 1-0. Ashford struck out swinging to roll on with the 3rd inning. That was his only plate appearance as the 1-0 pitch comes in, and it's muscled foul the other way. Count goes even at a ball and a strike. But if Valamont can finish this one out, or at the very least finish this inning, and the Baysox lead holds, it'd be his first win here in the year 2022. Right-hander kicks high, fires the 1-1. Ashford watches up and away on a fastball. Count goes to 2 balls and a strike. Baysox putting both of their runs on the board on consecutive RBI doubles. One by Andrew Dashbach in the bottom of the second, and then Chris Given immediately afterwards. Bowie does have a right-hander up and moving in the bullpen, so time was called briefly as one of the balls had gone errant and bounced into right field. That looks to be Easton Lucas. I said right-hander, it's left-hander. Here's the 2-1 to Ashford. Misses up and away, and the count goes to 3 balls and a strike. And if you heard our conversation a little bit with Kyle Moore around pregame, he did mention that it was a bit of a soft pitch limit for Chris Valamon, and once he finished out that 3rd inning, they felt that that was good. Want to see if he can finish the 5 here. The 3-1, just pieced foul. Got a little bit of a knuckle on that sinker down and in, and it runs the count full. Ashford this season doesn't have a base hit on full counts. He's 0 for 11. Struck out 4 times, walked 6 times. Of course, Valamon trying to set himself in line for a win. The 3-2. Bounced foul, first base side. Picked up by the Baysox bullpen, and will do it once more. This is the kind of efficient day that reminds me a lot of that Antonio Velez start. I think it was the 2nd homestand of the year when Bowie faced off against Akron. That was one of the best starts we'd seen all season. Even though Velez did give up 2 runs through 5 innings, he still pitched so efficiently you didn't notice. The 3-2, called strike 3. Got him with a low fastball that froze Ashford. He thought he drew the 4th ball on a pitch at the knees, but Valamon picks up his 3rd K. He's through 5 scoreless. That's the 2nd straight start for Bowie that the starting pitcher has gone 5 blanks. Halfway home here at Prince George's Stadium. Bowie leads 2-0. You're listening to Baysox Baseball. Saturday, July 2nd and Sunday, July 3rd. It's 2 of the largest fireworks shows of the season, all a part of the Baysox Independence Day weekend celebration. On Saturday, it's the post-game spectacular, sponsored by Royal Farms, and on Sunday, it's the Baysox Independence Day celebration with the biggest fireworks show of the season, sponsored by Johns Hopkins Community Physicians. 2 straight days of post-game fireworks at Prince George's Stadium, and you don't want to miss it, so get your tickets now at Baysox.com.
Baseball is a game of specialists. Base stealers, closers, cleanup hitters. Together, they help their team stand out from the rest. Specialists also help set Chesapeake Employers Insurance apart from other workers' compensation insurance companies. Our health services team includes orthopedic surgeons, nurse case managers, a physical therapist, and more, all to get your employee back to work, contain costs, and keep premiums down. That's teamwork. To learn more, connect with your agent or visit Chesapeake Employers at CEIWC.com.
Fielder's Choice Flex Packs with the Bowie Baysox. The best value to see the best games at Prince George's Stadium. You could save up to 30% on your selected seat from day one and enjoy a number of exclusive member benefits, including flexible exchange options, discounts on suite rentals, special access to the Diamond View restaurant, and a free members collectible at your first home game of the year. Get your pack now by calling 301-464-4865 or heading online to Baysox.com.
Hey fans, don't forget to get your tickets for Friday, July 15th. It's Dynamite Night at Prince George's Stadium with Jimmy J.J. Walker, the legendary actor and comedian, star of the 70s hit Good Times. Special VIP meet and greet packages available, as well as a giveaway for a reversible Baysox bucket hat. That's something you really don't want to miss out on. Friday, July 15th. Get your tickets at Baysox.com. Bowie up 2-0 as we move to the home half of the 5th inning. David Griffin back to work, and the first pitch home to A.J. Graffinino misses just a tad inside. Count opens up at 1-0. 9-1-2 when the Baysox lineup due up here. The next offering, a changeup called for strike on the outer half, and it runs the count even at a ball and a strike. Graffinino flew out to center field his first time up as the next pitch comes in, and it's ripped over to the right side through the gap into right field for a base hit. Graffinino's got hits in back-to-back games now in 3 of his last 4. Bowie as the leadoff batter aboard for the second time today. Second inning, they opened up with a single from Greg Cullen and then back-to-back RBI doubles, has them at their current 2-0 lead. Now it's back to the top of the lineup in Joey Ortiz. He's picked up on that same plague that Cesar Prieto did on Friday and Saturday against Harrisburg. Ortiz has started to ground out to first an odd number of times. First pitch, called a strike on a, what was that, the fastball low? Yeah, nothing in one to start. Ortiz has grounded out to first twice today. His last time in, he popped out to first in the 10-inning walk-off loss to Harrisburg, and then grounded out to first the day prior as well. As the next pitch comes in, the curveball misses low. Count runs even at a ball and a strike on Ortiz. Runner at first, nobody out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Bowie ahead 2-0. 6 hits for the Baysox, 2 hits for Binghamton. No errors for either side as the 1-1 is called a strike on the lower outside corner. That fastball for Griffin, losing some of velocity, but it still has some of that great, really run over toward the left-handed side. Runs the count to a ball and 2 strikes now on Ortiz. Graffinino slides back in on a pickoff throw. Tag is late, but he did have a heavy lean over towards second base if he wanted to think about it. He only has 1 stolen base attempt this season, and he was successful. Wasn't that long ago. Trying to remember when exactly it was, though. Here's the 1-2. Ortiz cracks his bat and bounces it slowly up the middle. Could be 2. Barehanded by the shortstop. He can only go to first. Mauricio gets it to Vasquez and retires Ortiz, but it was so slowly hit on the cracked bat. 57 miles an hour of an exit velocity. Graffinino is able to slide into second base safely. Mauricio realized as he was approaching that with his glove that he wouldn't have had the time to glove it and make the transfer. Fortunately for him, since it was so slowly hit, he switched over, shifted his body slightly to make the play barehanded, and it still worked out for him. It's a very smart play to secure 1 out, when he probably could have ended up with no outs. First pitch to Hudson Haskin is called a strike on a breaking ball away. Count opens up at 0-1. 0 for 2 day for Huddy, a ground out to third in the first and a fly out to center in the third. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Haskin fouls it off right side. Pitch was in on the hands, and it goes to 0-2. Runner at second base. Still only 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th inning as Bowie right now has a good opportunity to break out of their current 5-game losing streak. But, of course, hoping to tack on some more insurance. Easton Lucas is still moving around on the mound in the Baysox bullpen, so Chris Valamon is probably done. But what a good start it was for him. The 0-2 popped up foul, right side, running on it. Alvarez into the on-deck circle and makes the catch. That's a tough one for Cesar Prieto. He just had to dance out of the way and stare down Alvarez, trying to will him into dropping it, but it didn't happen. So Haskin is retired on a pop out to the catcher, and there's 2 away here in the bottom of the 5th. But from that on-deck circle, Prieto digs into the box. And home plate umpire calls for a brief time, asks David Griffin to get a little bit of rosin on the hands. Griffin steps off the back of the rubber, cleans it briefly, and we'll get going now. Cesar Prieto, a pair of singles today, his 4th multi-hit game with the Baysox. As the first pitch comes in, and the left-hander watches fastball just miss high. Count starts out at 1-0. Again, inning started with a single by A.J. Graffinino. He moved to second on a slowly hit broken bat grounder by Joey Ortiz. Ortiz was thrown out 6-3. Here's the 1-0. Prieto watches a nice hanging breaking ball called for strike on the top half of the zone. Count goes even at a ball and a strike now. Prieto's played well in these series openers this season, too. Again, he is only here for his 4th series so far, but in his previous 3 Tuesdays, he's gone 5 for 12. Here's the 1-1, swinging just a piece into the mid of the catcher. Count goes to a ball and 2 strikes, and that doesn't even include his 2 hits today, so you can tack that on. He's 7 for 14 on Tuesdays. Maybe he eats a taco or something for Taco Tuesday? I'm not sure. But it's got him hitting at 500. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Prieto watches it inside. That fastball had a little bit of bite on it this time. And it runs the count even at 2. They do have the shift on him. He's pulled it once and sprayed it the opposite way once. The 2-2. Prieto pulls it this time hard up the first baseline, but it's hooking foul. Well-struck ball hits off of the roof of the Baysox clubhouse. Stayed on time with it. That's his 2nd home run. but it keeps the count even at 2. Steps out of the box and resets. Griffin already up to 86 pitches so far. Nobody in the Binghamton pen. The 2-2 pitch. Prieto watches up and away, and it fills it up. Well, if Griffin loses Prieto here, I imagine that's when a body gets up and moving. I'm just surprised that nobody's even at least getting loose. They don't have to be throwing, but when your starter's nearly at 90 pitches, at least have a backup. The 3-2. Driven high and shallow into left center field. This should end the inning as Carlos Cortez descends, and the left fielder makes the catch. The inning comes to a close after Bowie does get a leadoff single. They strand him at second base. We're on to the 6th here at Prince George's Stadium. It's still Bowie 2, Binghamton nothing. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Sky Shooter Displays by ZY Pyrotechnics will be lighting up the sky with top-of-the-line fireworks shows following Baysox games all season long. We will give you the best bang for your buck. Sky Shooter Displays include traditional shows, true pyro musicals, custom choreographed plays, and much more. The night sky is truly limitless, so don't be shy. Give ZY a try. Find out more by calling us at 570-328-1361 or visit us online, zypyrotechnics.com.
It's not baseball season without fireworks, and you can always count on the biggest and best at Prince George's Stadium. There's no better way to cap off a fun evening at the ballpark than a spectacular fireworks show. And the Baysox have got you covered this season with 16 different shows to choose from. So get your tickets now at Baysox.com. Only 2 chances to catch fireworks in June on the 17th and 18th against the Binghamton Rumble Ponies. Hope to see you there.
Pest Now is proud to partner with the Bowie Baysox and provide their pest control services. For all your residential and commercial pest control needs, call Pest Now. For general pest control, termite control, mosquito control, and all other pest control services, call Pest Now. You can reach us at 301-231-8300 or visit us online at www.pestnow.com.
Well, what a day it was for Chris Valamont as we move on to the 6th inning here at Prince George's Stadium. One of the latest acquisitions for the Orioles farm system put together one of his best starts of the season. 5 innings of work for Valamont, 2 hits, no runs, 3 strikeouts, only 1 walk allowed on 62 pitches, 41 of them going for strikes. And as Bowie leads 2-0, he's in line for his first win of the season. New pitcher on the mound, and to tell you about him, we hand it off to Adam.
Well, thank you so much, Matt. So here is Easton Lucas, the left-hander, looking for a bounce-back outing. He allowed 3 runs in an inning his last time out. That was now 4 days ago in Harrisburg. He'll face the top of the order. Well, once again, it's a left-handed loaded lineup, and Lucas is left-handed. He'll deal to Wyatt Young, pitch. And a swing and a lifted pop-up behind short. Ortiz going out, Given coming in. The left fielder, Given, makes the catch. And 1 pitch, 1 man down in the 7th inning. And now the rare right-hander, the dangerous Francisco Alvarez, will come to the plate. Now Lucas on the year, no record, a 6.45 ERA. This is 13th outing of the year. As he's into the wide, and now he delivers. And a fastball just off the outside, very close. And they count 1 ball and no strikes. It's interesting, Lucas, formerly in the Miami Marlins system, pitch inside and low, moving the legs of Alvarez for ball 2. And so was Bowie starter today in Valamont. There are so many pitchers on this Baysox roster that started their careers in the Marlins system. Of course, Antonio Velez is another. Lucas traded for Jonathan Villar. Here's the pitch. And he misses off the outside, a fastball. And they count 3-0. On deck, Brett Beatty, another left-handed hitter. Alvarez a danger to swing here, pitch. And he takes, that was a strike, but it was called a ball. At least it looked like it from here. Threw one right on the outside corner, but may have just been away. And Lucas, too, close ones that were not called strikes there. And Alvarez is aboard with a 4-pitch walk, 1 down, and here is Beatty. 1 for 2 tonight, a single into right his last time up. Well, Valamont started in the Marlins system, then went to the Twins. And the Orioles claimed him off waivers. Here's the pitch. And a breaking ball stays up and in. That's now 5 in a row out of the zone. And now, of course, here is Lucas. 2-0, Bowie leading in the top of the 6th inning. Working from the stretch. The left-hander delivers. And a swing and a miss. He took a little bit off there, and Beatty was thinking he was going to get a 1-0 fastball, and he swung over the top of it. You'd think you might be in a spot 5 in a row out of the zone where you kind of force the pitcher to throw one for a called strike, but Beatty was aggressive there. The 1-1. Fastball hit sharply towards short. Able to glove Ortiz. The second one, quick turn, and digging it out. Deschbach, they got him. It's an inning-ending double play. 6-4-3. A beautiful scoop from Deschbach. Cullen got rid of it quickly, but the low throw was dug out beautifully. On to the bottom of the 6th we go. 2-0, Bowie in front on the Baysox Baseball Network.
It takes time to get rich, flavorful coffee beans from the lush mountain regions of Colombia and Brazil to Royal Farms. But less than a minute to get yourself a delicious hot cup of the finest and freshest coffee in the world. Because Royal Farms' new Swiss-made coffee machines grind those rich, flavorful coffee beans and brew them one magnificent cup at a time. It's why Royal Farms makes the freshest and best coffee in the world. Real fresh, real fast. Royal Farms.
Are you interested in beginning or expanding on a career in the pipe fitting, pipe welding, or HVAC service industry? Are you interested in a career path that will set you up for life without experiencing any college debt? If you are interested in these things and you live in the DC area, the Steamfitters UA Local 602 Apprenticeship Program is the best choice for you. For more information about our apprenticeship program and how to apply, please visit steamfitters-602.org. That's steamfitters-602.org.
A birthday bash with the Baysox is the best time at the ballpark. Bring your friends and family out to celebrate and be the star of the show. Dance on the dugout with Louie, play games in the stadium, introduce a batter in the game, and you'll even get to have the stadium sing for you. Baysox birthday parties, an unforgettable, one-of-a-kind experience at Prince George's Stadium. Book yours by calling 301-464-4880 or at baysox.com.
On to the bottom of the 6th inning we go. We got a new pitcher here coming on for Binghamton, and it is the right-hander Willie Taveras, as he will enter this 2-0 game, Bowie leading. As it'll be Hanley, Cullen, and Deschbach here for the Baysox in this 6th inning. Taveras is on for David Griffin, who had a pretty good night. 5 innings, 6 hits, 2 runs allowed, both earned. He walked 1, but he did not strike out a batter. The Baysox have not gone down on strikes in this game. As Hanley will stand in, he walked his last time up. Taveras has been here all year, 1-2 with a 3.81 ERA, as a fastball misses inside for ball 1. This is 16th outing of the year. He has allowed 6 home runs and walked 7 batters, so he throws strikes. As now the 1-0, and a swing and a high soaring foul fly, well out of play to the left side. A lot of times relievers have the high strikeout numbers. Taveras has struck out a batter in inning 28 in 28 1/3, but his walk numbers are very low. A 4-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio. 1-1 coming. And it's hit sharply and through into left field. Hanley's first hit of the night, as he scorched it at 105 miles an hour between the shortstop and the third baseman. And the Baysox have the leadoff man on. here for a second straight inning and a third time in the game. And now Greg Cullen will come to the plate. Taveras, when he has struggled, it has not been due to the fact that he's walking everybody, but due to the fact that he's been hittable. 6 homers in 28 and a third innings is a high number. Pitch. Yeah, there's a fastball strike on the outer half of the plate, and he's ahead of Cullen, 0-1. Bowie scored their 2 runs in the second, and this was the part of the order that got it done. Cullen started the rally with a single to right. As Taveras throws, and a ball hit well in the air to left field. Cortez back on the track, and he'll make the catch on the run, going up into the wall. Hanley's got to retreat to first, and he does so with relative ease. And it's a long fly ball out off the bat of Cullen. And one retired. And now Dashbach to the plate. Boy, that ball off the bat had a chance. Now, in that second inning, Cullen singled, and then Dashbach doubled to the alley in right center to score Cullen, and then Given doubled home Andrew Dashbach. As here's the pitch, and a swing and a fly ball down the line in right, curling, and heading foul out of play. In fact, that nearly hit the famous lighthouse here in Bowie, and the count 0-1. Now, Dashbach has hit the ball the other way twice here tonight. Young, the second baseman, is playing right up the middle here. Pitch, swing and a miss, cutting offering down, an off-speed pitch, and Dashbach over the top. He was hunting a fastball, and the count is 0-2. One on one down in this sixth. Taveras throws, swing and a line drive, caught at short. Mauricio to his backhand side. Hanley did not venture away from first really by much at all. So no throw back towards the bag at first, and 2 down in the inning. Yeah, you can tell Bowie's getting some pretty good swings here on this right-hander Taveras. As now Chris Given will stand in. But Given another Xavier product. In 2019, Bowie had both Zach Lowther, who has struggled this year, and Ryland Bannon, the infielder, on their club. Runner goes, pitch across, throw to second, a tag, and not in time. Oh, you don't see it often, but we just saw a catcher steal a base. Maverick does it all. His second steal of the year. And he's in scoring position in a 2-0 ball game. Bowie leading with now 2 down in the sixth. Of course, Lowther and Bannon have played in the bigs this year. As this off-speed pitch misses down. Looked like maybe a slider there, and they count 1-1. Boy, stealing second with 2 outs is so big because you're running on contact. Gives you such a better chance to score. What a big play by Hanley. Pitch and a tapper foul on a hop back towards the screen. And the count 1-2 as all of a sudden Given is seeing a bevy of sliders in this RBI opportunity at the plate. Now, Given was released by the Padres after 29 games in AA San Antonio in late May. And now here in this Eastern League, getting his first start with Bowie tonight. The 1-2 coming. Breaking ball, tap foul again. He's not wearing batting gloves. On this broadcast, we call that the Austin Hayes special. It's not too hot on a night like tonight in Bowie. He's not reaching down, grabbing dirt every pitch like Hayes has done throughout his career. As Given awaits, 1-2 pitch coming. Swing and a line back to the screen. He was all over that fastball. The first he had seen in some time. A 94-mile-an-hour heater by Tavares. He's been throwing him the breaking ball down, and he elevated the heater just above the belt, and Given was able to get to it. as it stays 1-2. And here's the pitch. Swing and a drive deep down the line and left. If it stays fair, it's gone. It's a fair ball and a home run. And in his first start in the Orioles organization, Chris Given has a homer and a 3 RBI night. It's 4-0, the Baysox in front. And now Zach Watson will bat. And the Baysox getting the big fly with 2 down in the 6th. What a lift for this ball club. Bowie has lost 5 in a row entering tonight. They wanted to start this homestand on a positive note. As Tavares throws, and there's a chopper towards the middle, and it's got eyes, it's through. Into center, a base hit off the bat of Watson, who's on with 2 down. And now Graffinino will come to the plate. Now again, Tavares here, he has struggled in allowing the home run. And Given gets to him here in the 6th. After he doubled off the wall to bring home Dashbach back in the 2nd. And here's the pitch to Graffinino. And he takes up an away ball 1. Well, the great Vin Scully, when the tension was mounting in Game 1 of the 1988 World Series on television, he said at one point with Kirk Gibson batting before his iconic home run, not bad for an opening act. As here's the 1-0. And it's off the inside, a throw to first behind the runner, but check that, Watson gets back safely. And I think you could say that on the behalf of Given, who did come in as a pinch runner in Harrisburg a few days ago, but this is first start as an Oriole minor leaguer. Not bad for an opening act. It's 2-0 to Graffinino. And Tavares delivers. And it's in there, a fastball strike on the outside corner. 4-0, the Baysox leading it. 4 runs on 9 hits and no errors. Binghamton no runs on 2 hits and no errors. The 2 newcomers to the Baysox have told the tale tonight. The 2-1. And a good cut at a fastball. Fouling it on a line right back to the screen, and it's 2-2. Valamont, the starter, going 5 scoreless, allowing 2 hits while walking 1 and striking out 3. And then Given having driven home now 3 of 4 here tonight. It's 2-2 the count. Watson off first. The pitch. Swing and a line drive deep to right. It's got a chance. It's going. It's out of here. The first of the year for Graffinino. And it's the icing on the cake. A 4-run 6th for the Baysox, who now lead it 6-0. Wow. All with 2 down in the inning. And it has turned into a tough day at the office in a hurry here for Tavares. Graffinino just really looks good at the plate tonight. His second hit of the evening, and that was a drive to right on a line at 97 miles an hour off the bat. And now the former big league pitcher, most known for his time with the Phillies, Jerome Williams, the pitching coach here for Binghamton, will come out to talk things over as the Baysox will bring Ortiz to the plate, and all of a sudden a nail-biter is firmly in Bowie's control. 6-0 leading. As the conversation comes to a quick end. Well, Baysox fans, a reminder, Bowie is in town all week. We're going to celebrate the legacy of the great Roberto Clemente on Saturday night. Fireworks follow the game as well. So get your tickets Bowie at home all week long. Sundays and afternoon tilt. And you can get them online at Baysox.com. Now here's Ortiz. He's grounded out 3 times. And the pitch. And it's off the outside. A fastball, ball 1. Well, rather quickly now, Binghamton is warming up a right-hander in their bullpen. Yezo Campos, as the next pitch misses away. And they count 2-0 to Ortiz. Campos, another right-hander. 7th batter of the inning here for Bowie. The wind of the 2-0 coming. And a good breaking ball strike, kind of a front door bender. It started up and in, and it cut across on the inside half of the plate. And they count 2-1. Tavares, that old school windup, has a swing and a lifted fly to right. Ashford over towards the line a bit. And in front of the warning track, he'll make the catch. And with it, the inning is over. But what an inning for the Baysox, who get 2 two-run homers off the bat. 1 from Given, 1 from Graffinino. And we head to the 7th, 6-0. The Baysox lead it on the Baysox Baseball Network.
When your commercial plumbing project calls for a job done safely and on time, then your job calls for the plumbers of Local 5 Washington, D.C. Local 5 will always deliver the most skilled and well-trained plumbing craftsmen in the DMV. If you're a contractor who needs safe jobs done well, you need the plumbers of Local 5 Washington, D.C. Start your partnership with them today. Visit local5plumbers.org. That's local5plumbers.org.
Get the best deals at Prince George's Stadium with weekly promotions all season. Tuesdays are Military Appreciation Night. Purchase a box seat at the ticket office with a proof of service and you'll only pay half price. Bring along your furry friend on Woof Wednesday, and it's the best happy hour around every Thursday from 5 to 6:30. $2 Bud and Bud Light drafts with other beer specials throughout the year, and live music to get your night started. It's always a great time at the ballpark, so get your tickets now at Baysox.com.
Hey Baysox fans, if you've got a teacher or educator in your life that's meant a lot to you, or if you're one yourself, then you don't want to miss out on the Baysox Educator Appreciation Week from Tuesday, June 28th to Friday, July 1st. Teachers and educators who show a school ID at the Baysox ticket office will get 2 free tickets to a game of their choice between those days, all sponsored by Educational Systems Federal Credit Union. Again, it's Educator Appreciation Week at Prince George's Stadium, Tuesday, June 28th to Friday, July 1st.
So the Baysox now with a comfortable 6-0 lead as we now go to the top of the 7th inning. And back to work will be Lucas. They'll work to score the 6th. They'll face the cleanup hitter in Ronnie Mauricio. Switch hitting, shortstop, the pitch, and it's off the outside as Lucas took just a little bit off of that fastball, and they count 1-0. Mauricio's a tall, lean, switch-hitting shortstop. As here's the next one. And a fastball misses down low for ball 2. The Baysox getting 4 runs in the bottom of the 6th inning to open this game up. 6-0 leading here in now the 7th inning. The delivery, and just ever so close off the outside. Ball 3. Yeah, the Oriole fans have been really paying more attention than usual to the New York Mets season this year, as there's a strike at the knees on the inner half. And that's because longtime Oriole manager in Buck Showalter is now the manager of the New York Mets, who of course is Binghamton's affiliate, as there's an off-speed pitch fading down low. Ball 4. So Mauricio is on a 5-pitch walk here opening the 7th, and now Cortez will come to the plate. First year back as a manager after his outstanding stint with the Orioles for Buck Showalter. And what a year it has been for the Mets, who have a 5-game lead on the world champion Atlanta Braves. They're 40-22 coming into tonight's play. As here's the pitch. And a hard hit ground ball foul outside first. And the count is 0-1. Of course, his pinnacle in Baltimore was leading the Orioles to the 2014 ALCS, in which they were defeated by the Kansas City Royals. But it really brought baseball back to Baltimore as a breaking ball is inside of the count 1-1. The Orioles have the best record in the American League in 1997. They would then play in the 98 postseason as a breaking ball strike. And the count is 1-2. They went all the way to the American League Championship Series in 1998. Or check that. No, they did so in 97. I'm off by a year. 96 and 97. And starting in 98, the Orioles did not have a winning season until the second full year with Showalter. As a breaking ball gets a wave and a miss. Beautiful pitch. Cortez over the top of it. And Lucas gets the strikeout. One retired. And now Jeremy Vasquez will come to the plate. There just was a feeling that the Orioles would never again compete with the enormous pockets of the Yankees and the Red Sox, who had dominated the first part of this century. As there's a ball lifted on a line to left center. On the run over Given, but he'll play it on a hop. The lead runner having to stop at second in Mauricio. And there's two men on with one man down in the top of the seventh inning. But what Showalter did as the Orioles skipper, parlaying a club that had some great high-end draftees like Matt Wieters and Manny Machado, along with some outstanding traded-for ball players, Chris Davis, Chris Tillman, Adam Jones, J.J. Hardy, and moving the Orioles into a club that had the best record of any in the American League over the 5-year stretch from 2012 to 16. As an off-speed pitch in the dirt. Nice job there by Hanley to knock it down. And the runners have to stay put. And they count 1 ball and no strikes. Well, now Showalter is back in the bigs. And the Mets have been really outstanding. They've got the best record in the National League. And the second best record in all of baseball. The 1-0 to Singer. And it's, just maybe a bit low on a breaking ball. And they count 2-0. Now, they've got some exciting prospects. I know that Binghamton is 14 games below 500, but there are some big names in this lineup for the Ponies. As here's the 2-0, and it's a changeup fading down low, ball 3. Now this, if you're Lucas, is what you don't want to have happen when you're working with a 6-run lead. You don't want to have the free pass come back to bite you. He walked the batter with 1 down to the 6th, but got a double play ball to end the inning. Walked Mauricio to begin the 7th, and now 2 on, 1 down, and a 3-0 count to Singer. And here's the pitch, and a fastball strike. Just on the outer half of the plate. Had a lot of the plate. And the count is 3-1. Another left-hander, and Brody is on deck for the Rumble Ponies. Now Lucas gets the sign. Looks to second, comes home with it. And a swing and a high pop-up. Right side. Cullen is cutting over into shallow right field. And the Bowie second baseman makes the catch. That's a big second out. You got to stay away from the big inning here if you're the Baysox. And now 2 on, 2 down. And here's Brody. And nothing can set up the big inning more than a walk. Now Brody has walked tonight, stolen a base, and popped out. 0 for 1 in this one. As he'll stand in. Another product of Stanford. Left-handed hitter, but he came out after the 2017 season as there's a breaking ball strike. And they count 0-1. Quinn Brody and Matt Winokur were each Stanford Cardinal. Now we're drafted after the 2017 campaign. Dashbach and Hanley drafted after 2019. Pitch. Fastball line foul back to the screen. And the count is 0-2 to Brody. Brody trying to get it going. It has been a really tough year for this veteran ball player in just his 16th game. He's got 8 hits on the year. Trying to get one to break the scoreless stretch for Binghamton tonight as he swings and lifts a flare. Shallow left, going out on the run to make the catch is Ortiz. Diagonally cutting out and towards the line in the shallow left. He makes the catch and the Ponies leave 2 aboard. It's stretch time in Bowie. On to the last of the 7th. 6-0. The Baysox in front on the Baysox Baseball Network.
Get your gear and memorabilia from your favorite Baysox players and future stars of the Baltimore Orioles at the Tackle Box Team Store. Jerseys, hats, autographed bats and balls, all at great prices. Located right at the main gate at Prince George's Stadium and online at BaysoxShop.com, the Tackle Box is the only place to get the best Baysox gear for you and your favorite fan. It's the Tackle Box at Prince George's Stadium and at BaysoxShop.com.
On the Green Incorporated is your lawn care team, providing professional organic-based lawn care programs for residential and commercial lawns. Our lawn care programs provide ballpark quality results. Each service is custom tailored with guaranteed results for even the toughest lawns. On the Green also offers outdoor pest control services. Mosquitoes, ants, ticks, and more. Safely and effectively control insects and enjoy the outdoors this summer with On the Green Incorporated. Go to onthegreeninc.com.
Baseball is a game of specialists. Base stealers, closers, cleanup hitters. Together, they help their team stand out from the rest. Specialists also help set Chesapeake Employers Insurance apart from other workers' compensation insurance companies. Our health services team includes orthopedic surgeons, nurse case managers, a physical therapist, and more, all to get your employee back to work, contain costs, and keep premiums down. That's teamwork. To learn more, connect with your agent or visit Chesapeake Employers at CEIWC.com.
On to the last of the 7th inning we go. As the right-handed reliever, Yezo Campos is on. Third pitcher of the night for Binghamton. 6-0 Bowie leads. The Baysox hitting 2 two-run homers in the 6th inning. Their newest member, Chris Given, has driven home 3 of the 6 runs in the game. And A.J. Graffinino, the 9-hole hitter, hit his first homer of the year on a shot, a line drive out to right. Here's Hudson Haskett. 2 through 4 in the Baysox order as Campos is ready, and he throws at a fastball, lifted foul, straight back, out of play. Yezo Campos. I might just try, Matt, to sneak Yezo's first name in as much as possible. It's so unique. 4-1 with a 5.84 ERA. He deals. There's a hard grounder to third, but right there is Beatty, and he'll throw out Haskin, and 1 retired. And now Cesar Prieto, who's got 2 hits tonight, will stand in. Campos on the year, 4 wins in 16 outings. He has finished 4 games this year. He's got 4 holds. Even though he's got a bit of an elevated ERA, he has been an important reliever for Binghamton this year. As center the belt, the right-hander delivers, and he catches the outer half of the plate with a changeup, and the count 0-1. Activity has started now in the Baysox pen, a right-hander throwing. That's now the 0-1. And it's off the inside, a fastball to even the count at a ball at a strike. So Bowie had Valamont for 5 scoreless, Lucas for 2. And now a righty is up and throwing in their pen. The 1-1. And there's a fly foul out of play left side. Clayton McGinnis. As he is getting loose. They're shading Prieto to pull, especially on the third base side, the left side of the infield. Here's the pitch. And there's a ball driven, well hit left center. On the run, Brody back into his right, looking up, and it's off the center of the wall. Prieto around first and into second, standing. It's a double and his third hit of the night. A big evening for Prieto. And you love that easy power to the opposite field as here comes Maverick Hanley. You know, one thing you got to think about with Prieto is it's his first pro season. He's not a ball player that went through the Dominican Academy by any means. As here's the pitch to Hanley and a breaking ball that bends down, low ball one. It's really a very different road for a ball player from Cuba in the American professional game than it is for a Latin ball player from the Dominican or from Venezuela. The pitch, swing and a miss through a fastball, and the count is 1-1. Whether it's nutrition at a young age, learning English, kind of getting ready at the academies to be ready to play at a young age in the United States, pitch, and that misses in, and the count 2-1. There is a reason why every major league organization spends so much effort at trying to develop teenage Dominican and Venezuelan ball players at their Dominican academies. 2-1 coming. And a ball line fell back to the screen. On a fastball away, it's 2-2 to Hanley. Well, what makes a Cuban ball player so different is they're playing in their major leagues, and they're doing so into their early 20s quite often. They're not signed as a 16-year-old to go to an academy, and it can be such a change in that first year coming to the States. As a fastball misses away, ball 3. Now, the Orioles have had some really good Cuban hitters in the last decade. Players like Dariel Alvarez, who was a huge part of Bowie's 2014 club. Big leaguer Henry Urrutia. Alvarez was a big leaguer as well. 3-2. And a foul tip off the top of the mitt of the catcher Alvarez, and it's 3-2. The Prieto hoping to follow in the footsteps of those ball players. And obviously there are so many outstanding Cuban players in today's Major League game. 6-0 Bowie leads, bottom of the 7th inning. Prieto off second, one down, the 3-2 to Hanley. Swing and a miss. They went off speed, and Hanley cut through it. And stunningly, that is, Matt, how about this? The first Baysox strikeout of the game. And we're in the 7th inning. Now, Binghamton has not been able to miss bats in this game, to put it mildly. In today's game of elevated power numbers, but also elevated strikeouts, the ability to just put the ball in play can really help you win. Cullen batting, and he takes a breaking ball down and in, and they count 1-0. It's hard to do something positive with a runner on base if you strike out. But even if you just put the ball in play, things can really happen to aid you to bring a run around to score. As Prieto off the bag at second, and turning is Campos. Of course, this new regime and what we have seen over the last few years in the Orioles organization is anything but small ball. The count 1-0 to Cullen. Here's the pitch. And a fastball misses away, ball 2. Bowie was the best home run hitting team in this league a year ago. They led the team in walks and homers, and that can be a very potent duo. As here's the 2-0. And there's a fastball strike on the outer half. And even though the Baysox offensively have not been as prolific this year as they were a year ago, they still have scored Quite a few runs, 30 more runs than Binghamton this year. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, and it's 2-2. Talk about today's analytics. The Baysox this season have walked more than 60 times more than Binghamton, and that's one of the reasons why they've scored many more runs. 2-2 coming. And a check swing foul. That was really in on the hands of Cullen with a fastball, and he just fought it off, sending it towards the Binghamton on deck circle in a hurry. The Cullen 1 for 3 tonight. He nearly got in on this home run hitting party as he flied out to the wall his last time up in left. Here's the pitch, and it's off speed and away. A change up for ball 3. The first base is open here. The powerful Andrew Dashbach, though, is on deck. 3-2 the count. And here's the pitch. And it's lined on a foul right back to the screen. Cullen, I'd love to see the amount of pitches he sees per at bat. He's the guy that he is going to be up there, and he's going to see his fair share of pitches. When you're able, as a team over the course of the year, that's over 4 pitches per at bat on the year, and albeit it's been a very short year for Cullen. That's a really good number, though. There's now the 3-2. And a foul tip on the ground back towards the backstop. Think about it in a Major League Baseball game. You're able to get a starter out after the 5th inning instead of the 7th just because you worked a lot of long at-bats like this. That right there can be the difference in winning or losing the game. You can face an extra reliever and maybe a guy has an off night, and you're able to get that big inning. 3-2 coming, and a fisted pop near the third baseline. Beatty coming in and in foul ground on the run. He makes the catch, and even though it's an out, it was a good at-bat for Cullen, but he's retired, and a runner left stranded at second. On to the 8th inning. The Baysox 6-0 in front on the Baysox Baseball Network.
Get the best deals at Prince George's Stadium with weekly promotions all season. Tuesdays are Military Appreciation Night. Purchase a box seat at the ticket office with a proof of service, and you'll only pay half price. Bring along your furry friend on Woof Wednesday, and it's the best happy hour around every Thursday from 5 to 6:30. $2 Bud and Bud Light drafts with other beer specials throughout the year, and live music to get your night started. It's always a great time at the ballpark, so get your tickets now at Baysox.com.
If you own or operate a building or facility, or if you're a general contractor that is located or operates in the D.C. area, there is no doubt that it is important for you to have the best trained and most qualified people working for you. Members of Steamfitters UA Local 602 provide the highest level of HVAC, mechanical, and specialty piping services to the various customers we serve. For more information about the services we provide and for a list of companies you can hire, please visit steamfitters-602.org.
At DCA Imaging Systems, we provide a tenured team of office technology professionals ready to be your trusted advisors. From document creation, output devices, scanning and workflow, to document security and storage, we understand people print, not printers. Give DCA Imaging a call, 301-577-1021, or find out more about how we can help you. DCAimaging.com. DCA Imaging Systems, office technology made easy.
Well, this has been a great series opener of the Baysox. 6 outs away from ending a 5-game losing streak if they can get it done here. Bowie is on top, 6-0. Here's the third Baysox pitcher of the night, and it is Clayton McGinnis. And now with the call, here's Matt Sabatis.
What a great day it was for Easton Lucas in relief. Tossed 2 innings, didn't give up any runs. 1 hit, 1 strikeout, 2 walks. But right now, it's Chris Valamont's game to win. Clayton McGinnis will take over if he can finish this one out. It wouldn't be a save situation, but it'd be a nice scoreless day to tip his cap on as Zach Ashford leads off. First pitch home to the left-hander is called a ball on a pitch away. Fastball runs the count to 1-0 to start. 9-1-2, 2 up for the Rumble Ponies here in this half inning with Ashford, then Young, and Alvarez. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Ashford takes a half swing and a breaking ball away. Call it for ball 2, and the count goes to 2-0. Ashford 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts today. McGinnis trying for a very good bounce-back performance after coming up a little bit short-handed in his second appearance at Double-A. The 2-0 misses up and away, another fastball, and the count goes to 3-0. His Double-A debut against the Harrisburg Senators went sublime, tossed a scoreless inning, and because the starter didn't go 5 innings in that game, he picked up the win in his debut. Here's the 3-0 pitch to Ashford. Breaking ball misses down, and it's a 4-pitch walk to open. Third walk allowed, make that the 4th walk allowed by Baysox pitchers today, first by McGinnis. Second consecutive inning that Binghamton has opened with a free pass. They've actually got the leadoff batter aboard now in 5 innings. In each of the previous 4, that batter got to second base, but never got to third. Bowie still riding the shutout right now as they lead 6-0. Back to the top of the lineup in Wyatt Young, and the first pitch home. That one dots the edge of the zone. A fastball opens it up at 0-1. 1 for 3 day for Wyatt Young. He had the infield single over toward third base in the first inning, lined out to first base in the third, and then flew out to left field his last time up in the 6th. They look for low and away as the 0-1 pitch comes in, and it's spoiled foul the other way. Count goes to 0-2. Clayton McGinnis, a 6'1", 180-pound right-hander, non-drafted free agent, signed in 2019. He went to Wichita State. On the year for Bowie, he's just made 2 appearances, but again the 1-0 record, and a 12 ERA, but out of just 2 appearances, that equates to 4 earned in 3 innings. All 4 were in his last appearance. The 0-2 misses away a fastball, and the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes now. So to go back to his last appearance, we have to go back to Friday when Bowie was in Harrisburg and the Baysox were getting roughed up, part of that offensive slump that they had just started and fortunately have broken out of today. The 1-2 pitch, slider down and inside, a check swing by Young, but he pulled back. That was a good pitcher's pitch to try and get Young to chase, but he was too wise on it. Count runs even at 2. Yeah, McGinnis came in after Antonio Velez tossed 5 innings, and the first 4 batters against McGinnis all reached. Here's the 2-2. Broken bat, bouncer over toward short, could be 2. Ortiz underhands to Cullen, on to first, but Dashbach is a little late on it. Less on Dashbach, more on the turn from Cullen, but it was a slowly hit ball, only 61 miles an hour off the bat. But the fielder's choice does get the lead runner. It goes 6-4, and there's 1 away. Now on to Francisco Alvarez. And McGinnis allowed 4 straight batters to reach and 2 runs in his first inning of relief, and then hit back-to-back batters to open the 7th. The second one sparking a benches clearing incident that led to a pair of ejections, 1 for each team. As Alvarez digs in, and the first pitch home is a fastball dotted for strike on the lower outside edge. It's 0-1. Yeah, it was a very unfortunate incident. Fortunately, there was no actual physicality among the benches clearing, just a lot of shouting. The 0-1 comes in. Pitch misses low, smothered by Maverick Handley, and the count goes even at 1. Well, I saw that article. Where was that article that just came out? About minor league teams and their major league clubs. So it's from The Athletic. Just came out yesterday. Major League Baseball is fining parent clubs for minor league brawls. Here's the 1-1. Grounded to short. Could be 2 again. Ortiz backhand sends to Cullen, and this time it's to Dashbach in time. Second chance at the 6-4-3. This one successful, and it ends the inning as McGinnis faces the minimum. Bottom of the 8th coming up here at Prince George's Stadium as Bowie leads 6-0. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Pest Now is proud to partner with the Bowie Baysox and provide their pest control services. For all your residential and commercial pest control needs, call Pest Now. For general pest control, termite control, mosquito control, and all other pest control services, call Pest Now. You can reach us at 301-231-8300 or visit us online at www.pestnow.com.
From bug bites to burns, fevers to flu, and bruises to broken bones, care is around the corner at Patient First. Walk in to see a doctor from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day of the year. X-rays, lab tests, and prescription drugs are on site, and most major insurance plans are accepted. For routine illnesses and injuries, Patient First is here for you. Patient First, the name fits.
Patient First, proud partner of the Bowie Baysox, open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day.
The best way to take in a Baysox game is with a group outing at Prince George's Stadium. Everything from entertaining clients to birthday parties and even fundraising opportunities for your team, the Baysox offer plenty of options for your group at unbeatable rates with plenty of options on suites, seats, and decks around the ballpark. Your group can eat their fill and have an unforgettable time. Find out more and schedule your group outing by calling 301-464-4880 or going to Baysox.com.
We roll on to the bottom of the 8th inning here at Prince George's Stadium in Bowie as the Baysox hold on to a 6-0 advantage. Another pitcher out of the bullpen for Binghamton right now as Hunter Parsons takes over on the mound. You see, Adam, my handwriting is so atrocious. I wrote down Hunter Parsons and what I felt to be a legible script, and I stared at it for, you could tell, that blank 3 to 5 seconds just reading, what the heck did I just write? But it is Hunter Parsons. I have deciphered my own hieroglyphics.
Yeah, well, you got it right. I mean,
he takes over for Yezo Campos, who fired a scoreless inning with a hit and a strikeout, the only strikeout for Binghamton today.
It may have looked like we were staring at an Egyptian cave, but you got it right.
Andrew Dashbach will lead it off for Bowie here in this half inning as the first pitch. Right-hander watches high, and it's 1-0. So following up on what I was just mentioning briefly, as Clayton McGinnis pitched a scoreless 8th inning and faced the minimum thanks to a double play, there was an article that came out, sources for Evan Drellick and Ken Rosenthal in The Athletic, as the next pitch to Dashbach misses high, count to 2-0, that Major League Baseball, the entire league, is fining parent clubs for their minor league affiliates getting into benches clearing incidents and brawls. Next pitch to Dashbach is a slider that misses away, and the count goes to 3-0 here on the leadoff batter. Again, Bowie ahead 6-0, 11 hits for Bowie, 3 for Binghamton, no errors for either side. As Parsons kicks high and fires the 3-0, it's called a strike, fastball hits the bottom edge, and it runs it to 3-1. Parsons, without a record this season, but he's only made 2 appearances, a 2.70 ERA in 3 1/3 innings. That's 1 earned run. The 3-1, swinging just a piece into the mid of the catcher on a high fastball, runs the count full on Dashbach. Well, it gives me an opportunity to tell you my favorite stat that I discovered this season. Andrew Dashbach has seen a full count well over 50 times this year. He doesn't have a single base hit. Not one. Here's the 3-2. Up and in, ball 4. He does that more often. He'll take those free passes. That's what's increased his walk rate so much this season. Made him such a very valuable asset, especially in the middle of the lineup, to get on base and present himself to be driven in by other batters in the lineup. While he may not get the hits in the full counts, he's fine with those walks. So reading through this quick little rundown of the article from Ken Rosenthal and the folks over The Athletic, the fines start at $500 for the parent club should there be a benches clearing incident. First pitch to Chris Given is laced out toward left center field for a base hit. Dashbach will go over to second base, but it's a 3-hit day for Chris Given here in his first start as an Orioles farmhand. What a performance for Given. He's a triple shy of the cycle, but that would require a large rally at this point to make happen. Puts runners at first and second with nobody out here in the bottom of the 8th. More out of that story on the benches clearing incidents. Apparently the $500 fine doubles with every subsequent incident. As the first pitch home to Zach Watson misses down and away for a ball, it's 1-0. Watson a 1-for-3 day, singled in the 6th inning and scored on A.J. Graffinino's 2-run home run, 1 of 2 in that frame. Graffinino had 1, Chris Given had 1. Next pitch to Watson, swinging a piece into the mid of the catcher. And the count goes even to the ball and a strike. So if you're doing that math on those benches clearing incidents, the first one cost you $500, the second one cost you $1,000, next one $2,000, then $4,000, $8,000, and so on. If you've got a pretty scrappy team, well, you might be spending a good chunk of change there. Here's the 1-1. Watson slaps it in toward left field, falling down for a base hit. Runners advance one bag, they'll stop there. It was just a low-hanging liner, but it's a two-hit day for Zach Watson. And the Baysox have the bases loaded out of the gate here for A.J. Graffinino.
Right fielder, A.J. Graffinino.
Watson's fifth multi-hit game of the season. Graffinino has not appeared with the bases loaded yet this season for Bowie. Again, it is just his 12th game. And he does not have a career multi-home run game. First pitch, grounded to the right side anyway. Snagged on the slide there by Wyatt Young, but he throws it away. 1 run scores, and now here comes Given for the second run. A 2-run knock for A.J. Graffinino. Give him 1 RBI and another run in on the error, but most importantly, it's 8-0 Bowie. So how about A.J. Graffinino, a 3 RBI day, tying him for a career high. Really breaking Bowie out of that lengthy offensive slump over the last 3 games.
That's going to be ruled an error on Young, a throwing error, no hit, but it is, as you just said, Matt, an RBI for Graffinino.
So now back up to the top of the lineup in Joey Ortiz. Zach Watson went first to third thanks to the grounder and the error. First pitch, Ortiz pops it foul right side, and the count opens up at 0-1. So for Young, that's just his second error in 23 games played at second base this season. But it extends the inning just a little bit more. Binghamton was only going to go with 1 out, thanks to Wyatt Young having to dive for that ball to keep it in front of him. Here's the 0-1. Ortiz grounds it hard to third, but a scooped grab by Brett Beatty. He goes to second for 1. The turn back to first from Young is in time. Nifty play there. Jeremy Vasquez on the receiving end. A run scores, so no RBI for Joey Ortiz, but it is 9-0. That's always one of my most interesting quirks in baseball, is that if you hit into a double play while a run scores, you don't get an RBI. But if you hit into a fielder's choice and a run scores, you get the RBI. The bases are empty now as Hudson Haskin digs in. First pitch home to Huddy is a called strike on a high curveball. It's 0-1. So already 3 runs across in what's been a very fast inning as the next pitch is swung on and missed high. 0-2. Walk, single, error, double play. 1 run driven in on the error, another scored on the error, and then 1 run coming across on the double play. But quickly the 0-2 to Hudson misses away. And the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. Hudson riding an 0-for-4 day right now as the 1-2 pitch comes in, and it's popped up out toward right. Zach Ashford sees it after a hesitation, finally comes in a bit and makes the catch to end the inning. But Bowie adds on 3 runs of insurance. A lot faster than you usually see 3 runs come across. But hey, they'll take it. We go to the 9th. Bowie needs 3 outs for a win. They lead 9-0. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Be sure to get to the ballpark on Friday, June 17th for a jam-packed night of promotions and fun at Prince George's Stadium. It all starts with fireworks presented by DCA Imaging Systems. It's our mother and son night out with special ticket packages available at BaysoxShop.com. And most importantly, it's the Scouts BSA Campout. When you purchase a special ticket, you and your scout can camp out in the outfield at Prince George's Stadium after the game. It all happens on Friday, June 17th, so find out more and get your tickets now at Baysox.com.
There is a weekend in July where the baseball world revolves around a village in upstate New York. Baseball Hall of Fame induction weekend in Cooperstown is an unforgettable experience full of family-friendly activities and priceless moments. Make your plans today for July 22nd through 25th for the induction of Bud Fowler, Gil Hodges, Jim Cott, Minnie Minoso, Tony Oliva, Buck O'Neill, and David Ortiz as the class of 2022. Visit baseballhall.org today for the
Baseball is a game of specialists. Base stealers, closers, cleanup hitters. Together, they help their team stand out from the rest. Specialists also help set Chesapeake Employers Insurance apart from other workers' compensation insurance companies. Our health services team includes orthopedic surgeons, nurse case managers, a physical therapist, and more, all to get your employee back to work, contain costs, and keep premiums down. That's teamwork. To learn more, connect with your agent or visit Chesapeake Employers at CEIWC.com.
Back in for the ninth inning here at Prince George's Stadium as the Baysox lead 9-0. Matt Sabatas alongside Adam Pohl with you from the ballpark in Bowie. With Clayton McGinnis needing 3 quick outs to wrap things up for Bowie's first win in nearly a week. 3, 4, and 5 due up for Binghamton here in this half inning, starting with left-hander Brett Beatty, then switch into Ronnie Mauricio and lefty Carlos Cortez. Beatty 1 for 3 on the day, singled to open up the fourth inning, got to second but was left stranded. First pitch called a strike on a changeup, hits the outside edge. 0-1 to open. Binghamton has not gotten a runner to third base all day. They've led off 5 different innings with the opening batter reaching safely as Beatty fouls off this next pitch left side. Count to 0-2. 4 of the times that runner got to second base, and again, they never made it to third. One other interesting nugget, Francisco Alvarez. He's in danger of having his lengthy hit streak come to a close today as the 0-2 was fouled off back to the screen. Count stays at 0-2. You could probably add on a modifier, call it grave danger, because he was the last out of the 8th inning, so barring a massive rally, he probably won't bat again here in the 9th. But a 12-game hit streak, one shy of tying the longest in the Eastern League this season, is in danger of going by the wayside. He's 0 for 3 with a walk. 0-2 pitch to Beatty. Fastball bounces in. Count runs to a ball and 2 strikes. Again, it's a doubleheader tomorrow as well, as Bowie and Binghamton are set to make up a game postponed back at Moravito Stadium in April. The 1-2. Sliced foul over to the left side, and the count holds. Should be a very long day, but probably will go down as a pretty fun day. And once that day wraps up, Bowie can really start to look past what's been just a long 2.5 weeks, considering they had another doubleheader scenario last week in Harrisburg. Another 1-2. This one lined foul up the third base line, but it's still out of play, and the count holds. Great plate appearance right now for Brett Beatty, however. Just continues fouling off these pitches that come in a little bit on the left side. But it'll be a 5:35 first pitch tomorrow with game 2 to follow, of course, as the 1-2 comes in, and it's swung on and missed for strike 3. Got him with a fastball with some good run there. McGinnis' first strikeout of the day, just the 5th overall for Baysox pitching.
Shortstop, Ronnie Mauricio.
But it's the first out of the top of the 9th inning. Bowie just needs 2 quick outs to wrap things up. And Garrett Stallings, the scheduled starter for tomorrow's game. Jose Budo will pick up the ball for Binghamton. And then in game 2, because it's a postponed game from Binghamton, the roles are reversed. Ronnie Mauricio slowly pokes the first pitch foul, third base side, 0-1. And by that I mean Bowie, in their home ballpark, will be the road team. They will bat first in the first inning. Binghamton will bat in the bottom of each inning in game 2 of the doubleheader. And again, it's the second time in a week that Bowie's putting up with a similar scenario. Last Wednesday, the Baysox were the home team in a game at FNB Field in Harrisburg. Here's the 0-1. Breaking ball misses low. And the count goes even at a ball and a strike on Ronnie Mauricio. Switch hitters 0 for 2 on the day. He's batted as a left-hander 3 times now. Came up as a right-hander against Easton Lucas in the 7th as the 1-1 is called a strike on a well-dotted fastball low and inside, 1-2. Binghamton had this massive run of left-handers back when these two sides met in April, too. There are a couple of promotions that have made their way up to AAA Syracuse. Jake Mangum, chief among them, the 1-2. Misses low, and the count goes even at 2. Hayden Sanger, for a quick moment, was a part of that mix as well, but again, he was brought back down. Matt Winokur was a big piece as well. Manny Rodriguez, he's still down here, right? Next pitch, grounded over to the right side and through the gap for a base hit. Cutting it off from the alley, A.J. Graffinino picks and fires it back into the infield. Ronnie Mauricio keeping Binghamton's hopes alive with just their 4th hit of the day. He's now got hits in 3 consecutive games after starting the day 0 for 2. Yeah, Manny Rodriguez is still here, but his numbers have definitely fallen just a tad. He's on the bench today. Here's Carlos Cortez riding an 0 for 3 day. Double play could end the game. Bowie has turned 2 of them today. The first pitch into the left-hander is fouled off back to the screen. Count opens up at 0-1. Baysox double play work has been kind of average this season. They've only turned 37 of them this year. They've hit into a lot of them more recently, it's felt like. They hit into at least 10, if not 15, during the Altoona series a week and a half ago as the 0-1. Misses just low. Fastball runs the count even at a ball and a strike on Carlos Cortez. 0 for 3 day for Cortez. He struck out looking in the 2nd, flew out to left field in the 4th, struck out swinging in the 7th. Runner at first, 1 away in the top of the 9th as Bowie leads 9-0, 1-1. Called a strike. Got that sinker on the outside edge, and it runs the count to a ball and 2 strikes now. It's not a save situation now, but hopefully McGinnis can get into a good rhythm, and hopefully Bowie can give him some more save situations. He's the Orioles minor league leader in saves as the 1-2 is grounded over the right side. Going to be tough to turn to. Greg Cullen instead elects to go just to first base. Eliminates Cortez on the 4-3 putout as Mauricio goes to second. But there's 2 away, and the Baysox need 1 out to pick up a win. Here's Jeremy Vasquez. One of just 4 hits for Binghamton today. He singled to left field with 1 out in the 7th. That put Ronnie Mauricio to second base, but both runners were left stranded after a pair of infield pop-outs. McGinnis looking to wrap it up. Comes set. Splits the rubber down the middle and fires the first pitch home. Vasquez, the left-hander, watches fastball miss low, and the count starts out at 1-0. I seem to recall when Bowie went on a similar stretch of low-scoring games. Earlier this season, they had that string of 1 run in 3 consecutive. As the next pitch is a nice slider that moves its way into the top half of the zone for a called strike. Count evens at 1. Yeah, Bowie did break through after scoring only 1 run in 3 consecutive games. The following series, they hosted Harrisburg. Lost 6-5 in Game 1, but then won 10-7 in Game 2. Next pitch. Fastball misses down and away, and the count goes to 2-1 here on Jeremy Vasquez. And then, of course, Bowie closed that week strong by sweeping a doubleheader, including a no-hitter pitched by Garrett Stallings and Morgan McSweeney. Runner at second, 2 away here in the top of the 9th. The 2-1 pitch. This is down a fastball, and the count goes to 3-1. Left-hander Vasquez hasn't stepped out of the box at all. He's ready to find his best offering. The 3-1. Fouled off back to the screen, and the count fills. So Bowie 1 strike away from breaking this 5-game losing skid. This is a lengthy outing for Clayton McGinnis as well. Approaching a season's high in pitch count. That was number 33. Most he's thrown was 36. The payoff pitch misses high, ball 4, gets back to the screen, so Mauricio will advance. Wild pitch is the first runner to third base all evening for the Binghamton Rumble Ponies. Second walk given up by McGinnis, 4th overall for Bowie pitching. And now Hayden Sanger will step in, riding an 0 for 3 day with runners at the corners. Even if Sanger does get something done here, Bowie would still have a large enough lead, and there'd still be plenty of positives to come out of this pitching performance for the Baysox. 2nd consecutive game that the Bowie starter had put together 5 scoreless innings. First pitch to the right-hander Sanger. Just misses away a fastball, and the count opens up at 1-0. Normally, I would go back through the files and see the recency of something like that, but I could just tell you off the top of my head, this is the only time all season that Bowie starters have put together consecutive 5-inning scoreless work. Next pitch to Sanger is fouled off on a breaking ball in on the hands. Count goes even at a ball and a strike. Bowie just flat out has not had that many deep scoreless outings from a lot of their pitchers. A lot of times when they're working scoreless, pitch counts are running up pretty high because of lengthy plate appearances. The 1-1 on its way. Sanger takes a half swing and fouls it off incidentally to the right side. Fastball was up and in, and it runs the count to a ball and 2 strikes now. But if McGinnis can get it done here, it will be the second consecutive game that Bowie has shut out their opponent through 9 innings. First and third, 2 away, the 1-2 pitch. Slider misses down and away, and we'll do it again at 2-2. And again, Bowie only allowed 1 earned run on Sunday, did not allow an earned run on Saturday, and they have a shutout going here. The 2-2 swung on and missed for strike 3. The Bowie Baysox are winners once again. A shutout to start this 7-game series with the Binghamton Rumble Ponies. The 4th shutout win of the season from Chris Valamont, Easton Lucas, and Clayton McGinnis. A 9-0 final. What a great day it's been for Bowie. Offense, pitching, great defense, all the things you want to see in a big Bowie win. We'll tell you more about it in just a little bit. As we break, we return with Baysox postgame. Again, your final tonight, 9-0. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
At DCA Imaging Systems, we provide a tenured team of office technology professionals ready to be your trusted advisors. From document creation, output devices, scanning and workflow, to document security and storage, we understand people print, not printers. Give DCA Imaging a call, 301-577-1021, or find out more about how we can help you. DCAimaging.com. DCA Imaging Systems, office technology made easy.
It takes time to get rich, flavorful coffee beans from the lush mountain regions of Colombia and Brazil to Royal Farms. But less than a minute to get yourself a delicious hot cup of the finest and freshest coffee in the world. Because Royal Farms' new Swiss-made coffee machines grind those rich, flavorful coffee beans and brew them one magnificent cup at a time. It's why Royal Farms makes the freshest and best coffee in the world. Real fresh, real fast. Royal Farms.
Fielder's Choice Flex Packs with the Bowie Baysox. The best value to see the best games at Prince George's Stadium. You could save up to 30% on your selected seat from day one and enjoy a number of exclusive member benefits, including flexible exchange options, discounts on suite rentals, special access to the Diamond View restaurant, and a free members collectible at your first home game of the year. Get your pack now by calling 301-464-4865 or heading online to baysox.com. At Luminous Health, we want you to feel your best. This summer, take the time to catch up on your annual health screenings. Visit us at our Anne Arundel Medical Center, Doctors Community Medical Center, or one of our primary care offices in your neighborhood. At Luminous Health, you are the MVP. Learn more at luminoushealth.org.
It's now time for the Bowie Baysox post-game show. Let's head back to the ballpark with Matt Sabanas.
What a refreshing way to start a series for the Bowie Baysox as they take down the Binghamton Rumble Ponies today, opening up a 7-game set with their 4th shutout win of the season, 9-0 the final. Matt Sabatas alongside Adam Pohl with you from Prince George's Stadium. And before we recap this one in depth, let's discuss a little bit, Adam, because boy, oh boy, was it a fun one. Bowie, they didn't come out of the gate firing just yet, but they showed the power to get those key hits again. They know how to rally. We've seen it plenty of times, and it showed quickly here with the early singles and doubles in that second inning. And then, well, as you watch through it in the 6th, that big power to come up, not only to get it going, but keep it going. Because I know some people can say, oh, a home run's a rally killer, it clears the bases and all that, but it didn't stop Bowie today. They really showed a lot of good power at the plate.
Yeah, and you know, it's interesting because you get home runs from 2 players that haven't hit one for you all year. So it was a real lift from some newcomers that the Baysox were able to be provided today. And the two that stand out most were Chris Given making his Orioles organizational debut as a starting player here in Bowie. Of course, he had 3 hits. He was a triple shy of the cycle, a home run, 3 driven in, and then a great start from Valamont in his first home start, second outing in the Oriole organizational threads with 5 scoreless. So tonight, gives you a lot of hope for what can come up for the Baysox, because there were so many people that gave the team a lift that really are still so new to this ball club.
And it's so nice to see Valamont and the pitching staff as a whole perform well against what can be a scary lineup at points. Francisco Alvarez and Brett Beatty are very dangerous hitters, and to go up against such a lefty-heavy lineup can be a very difficult thing to do from a right-handed pitcher.
That's right, and Binghamton had traffic on the bases early in innings often. You spoke to it at the end of the game, but I believe it was at least 5 times in this game that Binghamton had the leadoff man on. So really, really impressive that the Baysox trio of pitchers, they were able to get so many big ground balls. And Binghamton, I mean, frankly, they didn't really do much with that early traffic in this game at all.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and recap this one. You don't hear much of the traffic from Binghamton, fortunately, thanks to a 9-0 Bowie win. But we'll go back in time all the way back to 6:36 p.m. when first pitch came home from Chris Valamont to Wyatt Young. Now, Young eventually won the first battle, singling over toward third base. It was a tough play for Cesar Prieto, and he threw it a bit wild, but Wyatt Young would have reached anyway, so he was credited with the early single. But Valamont had no issue with that. Ground out, ground out, ground out. Inning was over. Bottom of the first, the Baysox grounded out twice to open. Cesar Prieto made up for his slight gaffe. Can't even call it a gaffe because, again, it was such a tough play. He singled to right field and stole second base, but he was left stranded when Maverick Handley flew out to left field. In the bottom of the second, Valamont was in form, struck out Carlos Cortez looking, and they got 2 groundouts for a perfect frame. And in the bottom of the second, the Baysox got rolling. Leadoff single by Greg Cullen, and then Andrew Dashbox stepped up and gave Bowie, eventually, the only lead they'd need. But Bowie's fine with the leadoff base runner. That's what matters as the 2-0 comes in and Dashbox slaps it in the same spot. This one carrying a little further as it's down for a base hit, rolls all the way to the wall. Cullen goes first to third as he waved home. He is. Here comes the throw. It's held up. No one's covering second, so Dashbox stops there easily with an RBI 2-bagger. It's his 3rd double of the season and gives Bowie the 1-0 lead. Well, that 1-0 lead would be pretty short-lived because the very next batter would do the exact same thing after spending his career with the Padres organization, and he laces one up the third base line here, and it hits off the wall. Dashbox going to score as Given heads into second base. He stops there with back-to-back RBI doubles. Welcome to the Orioles, big fella. It's 2-0 Bowie. It looked like Bowie would be able to maybe get an extra run out. Zach Watson flew out to left field, advancing Given from second to third. And then A.J. Graffinino stepped up. With runner at third and only 1 out, you just had to get it out of the infield, and Graffinino did that. But it was a good play in center to take away a run. Here's the 3-1, and it's driven out toward right center. Shallow-ish, should be deep enough. Gwynn Brody makes the catch, Given tags. The throw is coming in, and it's on line. The tag is in time. Oh, that was a good one. It's a little bit high. Francisco Alvarez sniped it out of the air and sprinted that tag down to get Chris Given. And the outfield assist goes 8-2. So it ended the inning before Bowie could add on any more, but as we would come to find out, that 2-run lead was more than enough. As the game moved into the third inning, Chris Valamont was still fine. He did walk Gwynn Brody to open the frame, and Brody stole second, but a strikeout, a lineout, and a flyout kept him there at second base. In the bottom of the third, the Baysox got a pair of 2-out base runners, but couldn't get anyone to third base themselves, and the game went to the fourth. Leadoff single by Brett Beatty was sent by the wayside, thanks to a ground out and 2 flyouts. And in the bottom of the fourth, the Baysox went down in order against David Griffin, who was really starting to settle. In the fifth, Valamont was still settled. He faced the minimum. Picked up his last strikeout, just his third, but it was a perfect fifth, and he finished with 5 scoreless. In the bottom of the fifth, after a leadoff single by A.J. Graffinino, David Griffin did finish his day as well, thanks to a ground out, a pop out, and a fly out. With a new pitcher on the mound, Easton Lucas taking over for the Baysox. Binghamton, I almost said Harrisburg, still going to get caught up in that for a couple of days, so I'll get used to it. Lucas faced the minimum against Binghamton in the top of the sixth thanks to a walk and a double play. And in the bottom of the sixth, the Baysox got it back up. Willie Tavares took over on the mound for Binghamton. Maverick Handley led off with a single. He eventually stole second base, but as it would turn out, he didn't really need to because Chris Given would bring him home no matter what.
And here's the pitch. Swing and a drive deep down the line and left. If it stays fair, it's gone. It's a fair ball and a home run. And in his first start in the Orioles organization, Chris Given has a homer and a 3 RBI night. It's 4-0, the Baysox in front.
It would be a little bit more to follow as well, because as soon as that 2-run home run left, Zach Watson stepped up and immediately laced a single into center field. It gave A.J. Graffinino an opportunity to follow up with a 2-run blast of his own.
It's 2-2 the count. Watson off first. The pitch. Swing and a line drive deep to right. It's got a chance. It's going. It's out of here. The first of the year for Graffinino. And it's the icing on the cake. A 4-run sixth for the Baysox, who now lead it 6-0.
That lead would soon increase, but not until that 6th inning had come to a close. In the top of the 7th, Easton Lucas still worked, did walk a batter and give up a single, but didn't allow the runner to reach third base as the trend continued for Bowie. And after the stretch, the Baysox against the new pitcher, Yezo Campos, went down quietly. Cesar Prieto did pick up a double to cap a 3-hit day, but he was left stranded at second. In the 8th inning against Clayton McGinnis, coming back in for his third Double-A appearance, Binghamton went down quietly thanks to a walk and a double play, and in the bottom of the 8th, the Baysox got it going again. Against one final pitcher, Hunter Parsons, Andrew Dashbach led off with a walk, and Chris Given singled to left field to push Dashbach to second. Zach Watson followed up with a single to left of his own to load the bases, and A.J. Graffinino, well, he hit it to second. Turned out, though, he'd still be safe, and the Baysox would pile on 2 more. And he does not have a career multi-home run game. First pitch, grounded to the right side anyway. Snagged on the slide there by Wyatt Young, but he throws it away. 1 run scores, and now here comes Given for the second run. A 2-run knock for A.J. Graffinino. Give him 1 RBI and another run in on the error, but most importantly, it's 8-0 Bowie. It would be a little bit more than 8-0. The next batter, Joey Ortiz, stepped up. He didn't pick up an RBI, but he still brought one in. Here's the 0-1. Ortiz grounds it hard to third, but a scooped grab by Brett Beatty. He goes to second for 1. The turn back to first from Young is in time. Nifty play there. Jeremy Vasquez on the receiving end. A run scores, so no RBI for Joey Ortiz, but it is 9-0. And that would be where things held after the Baysox finished out the 8th inning and turned it on to the 9th for Clayton McGinnis. Binghamton finally got their first runner to third base on the night. Ronnie Mauricio singled to right field with 1 out, advanced to second on a ground out, and moved to third on a wild pitch when Jeremy Vasquez drew a walk. So with first and third, there were 2 outs, and McGinnis had to deal with Hayden Sanger to try and preserve the shutout. And they have a shutout going here. The 2-2 swung on and missed for strike 3. The Bowie Baysox are winners once again. A shutout to start this 7-game series with the Binghamton Rumble Ponies. The 4th shutout win of the season from Chris Valamont, Easton Lucas, and Clayton McGinnis. A 9-0 final. So there's your full final. Binghamton scores nothing on 4 hits with 1 error. They left on 7. Bowie scores 9 on 13 hits, no errors. They left on 5. Winning pitcher is Chris Valamont. He moves to 1-0 in his Bowie career. Losing pitcher is David Griffin. He falls to 0-4 this season. No save in a 9-0 game, of course. Game was played in 2 hours and 26 minutes in front of a paid attendance at Prince George's Stadium of 1,477. With the loss, Binghamton falls to 21-36, a 1-game losing streak for the Ponies, as they're now 11-17 when playing on the road. With the win, the Baysox are 22-35 on the year. Their 5-game losing streak is over, as the Bowie Baysox are now 12-16 when playing at home. Well, we still got the busiest part of this series coming our way, Adam, but it's a good start to put together a 9-0 shutout as a scene setter for a 7-game set.
Yeah, you had an off day yesterday. You also, of course, have a doubleheader tomorrow, so it was big to get a little bit of length from Valamont and then only throw altogether 3 pitchers in this game. So this game went to script for Bowie, no doubt about it.
We'll step aside right now here on Baysox Postgame, and when we return, we'll look around the rest of the Eastern League and the Orioles organization as a whole. see how some of the other teams around have fared. But again, Bowie shuts out Binghamton tonight, 9-0. We're back after this. You're listening to Baysox Postgame.
From sprains to stitches, sore throats to stomach aches, and pulled muscles to poison ivy, care is around the corner at Patient First. Walk in to see a doctor from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day of the year. X-rays, lab tests, and prescription drugs are on site, and most major insurance plans are accepted. For routine illnesses and injuries, Patient First is here for you. Patient First, the name fits.
Patient First, proud partner of the Bowie Baysox, open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day.
Well, it's a busy day at Prince George's Stadium on Sunday, July 17th. Princesses and Pirates Day at the ballpark. Don your shiniest crown, wear your fanciest slippers or your peg leg and your eye patch as Prince George's Stadium transforms into a fun fairy tale castle and a swashbuckling ballpark. It's also Louie's birthday bash. Many of Louie's mascot friends will be on hand to celebrate what should be just a fantastic day at Prince George's Stadium. That's Sunday, July 17th, so get your tickets now at baysox.com.
Everyone deserves a great smile, and Rad Orthodontics is here to help you, Bowie Baysox fans. Rad Orthodontics accepts most insurance, and whether it's braces or Invisalign aligners, anyone can get the smile they've always wanted with our flexible payment options. With 2 of the country's leading orthodontists right here in the D.C. area, we love to see Baysox fans smile with confidence. So get that amazing smile you deserve. Visit radsmile.com today and book your free consult. That's radsmile.com for Rad Orthodontics, official smile provider of the Bowie Baysox.
Back one final time from Prince George's Stadium as we get ready to wrap up Baysox postgame. Matt Sabatis and Adam Pohl with you as Bowie shuts out Binghamton tonight, 9-0. We'll take this opportunity, though, to look around the Eastern League and the Orioles organization, see how some of the other teams have fared. Erie taking down Altoona today, 7-4. Big slugger Gary Carpenter putting out his 21st home run.
Amazing.
Why is he still here? That's the biggest question. I don't get it. Where is he? I think he's top 2 in all of professional baseball right now. I think Aaron Judge is the only one that's ahead of him. That's a tough one. Erie did get a little help, too, from the Harrisburg Senators over at FNB Field. A 2-1 winner for Harrisburg to take down the Southwest Division leading Richmond Flying Squirrels. So that does bring Erie 1 game closer to Richmond. They'll be 1 game out once the day wraps up. There's 1 game in action right now. I'll tell you about it in a little bit, but let's wrap up some of these finals. Somerset sneaking past New Hampshire 6-5, and Reading blanking Portland 2-0. 5-hit shutout for the Fightin's pitching staff. A 2-run first inning for the Hartford Yard Goats has so far been the difference maker as they move to the top of the 9th over at Dunkin' Donuts Park. The Akron Rubber Ducks do have tying run at second base with 1 out. It's a 2-1 game in the top of the 9th. If Akron can come from behind and win, they would move into a tie with Richmond for the top spot in the Southwest Division. But if Hartford holds on, it'll be Richmond still in first with Akron and Erie tied for second, both at 1 game out. So that should be a fun little game to watch once today wraps up. But that's the Eastern League. Adam, how's the Orioles organization looking going into today?
Yeah, Baltimore is playing right now in Toronto, and it's been a big day for former Baysox Ryan Mountcastle, who's 3 for 3 with a homer and 2 driven in. Austin Hayes has homered as well. The Orioles have a 6-3 lead. Now, big news earlier today, Trey Mancini has a bruised hand. Thankfully, no fractures, but he is going to miss a few days here. So the Orioles, without Mancini in the middle of the lineup right now, still a lot of baseball left, but in the bottom of the 6th, leading 6-3. One other note in that game, Kyle Stowers, who had an RBI double in his big league debut last night, 2021 Baysox, is not in the lineup tonight. It was a very tough night for former Baysox starter Zach Lowther, who allowed 10 runs in a home start against Syracuse, and the Norfolk Tides are almost assuredly going to fall below 500. They're 30 up and 30 down entering tonight, but the Syracuse Mets are leading 18-6 at Harbor Park in Norfolk today. They're in the bottom of the 8th inning. At High A baseball, it has been, Matt, 11 years since the Orioles High A affiliate played postseason baseball. It looks like that stretch may end today, or not today, but here this year. as Aberdeen is very close to shoring up the first half of their divisional title. They had a magic number of 3 over the Nationals affiliate in Wilmington coming into today, and Aberdeen playing a doubleheader. So if they swept their 2 games and then went on to see Wilmington lose, they could taste the bubbly tonight. But for Aberdeen, it's not going to happen tonight. They lost game 1 6-4 to Jersey Shore. They do have a 3-0 lead today in game 2, in which the starting pitcher Carlos Tavera has had a very good start again. 5 innings, 2 hits, no runs, and he struck out 10. He's got a 3.33 ERA, 63 strikeouts in 46 innings for Tavera, a young prospect on the rise in the Orioles system. Down below in Low A Delmarva, the Shorebirds fall to 19-38 on the year. They fall to the Red Sox affiliate in Salem, a final of 12-3.
Again, the score that we care about most on this production, however, is that of Bowie's, and it was a good one today. Baysox take down Binghamton 9-0. 2 sides are back at it again tomorrow. A doubleheader pre-planned, of course, because of the postponed game at Mirabito Stadium back in early April. Game 1 will start at 5:35. Right-hander Garrett Stallings will get the nod for Bowie, a 2-4 record, a 6.64 ERA. He's looking for a big bounce-back game. Jose Budo, another right-hander, will get the start for Binghamton in Game 1, 3-4 with a 3.64 ERA. Game 2 starter is still up in the air for Bowie. It might be Ryan Watson. It might be a bullpen day, depending on how some of the rotation shakes out. We should get some more clarity going into tomorrow. Jose Chasin will get the start for Binghamton in Game 2, an 0-1 run record, a 5.58 ERA. And again, Game 2 will be a flip-flopped game. Bowie will be playing as the road team, and Binghamton will be playing as the home team. So fun little bit of intrigue for that one. But again, we get started with the doubleheader at 5:35, which means a DCA Imaging Systems pregame show of 5:15. For now, though, we say goodnight. Thank you for stopping by. For Adam Pohl, I'm Matt Sabatis. As the Bowie Baysox take down the Binghamton Rumble Ponies 9-0. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Thanks for listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. We hope you enjoyed today's game, and join us next time for another exciting broadcast coming up soon. This has been a presentation of the Bowie Baysox.